All right, guys, and welcome back for another edition of Nighttime. Join us tonight, Pugsley.
Yeah, good evening.
And the ever beautiful crazy lady.
Hello.
How's things?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Good game of the weekend?
Yes. Which one?
Well, we'll get into that in a minute. But just before we start, just touch briefly on, would like to extend our deepest sympathies and heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of those poor souls injured or worse from the bus crash at Greta, just up the road from us. Such a devastating circumstances, and we'd just like to wish out from all of us here and our deepest sympathies, and also the paramedics and emergency personnel. Would just like to say thank you for the job you do. Absolute terrible. So I'd like to dedicate this show tonight to the poor people that were injured or worse in that accident.
Yep.
So, there's not really much you can say except it's nobody wants to hear that. It's just horrible.
No, it's absolutely
it's heartbreaking.
You know, I mean, that just shows you get one life. Embrace it and
try not to take things for granted.
Nah, so if anyone out there is suffering through this and we can do anything, by all means, just not sure what we can do, but the excuse me, that's we're always open to help. Anyway, we'll move on from that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's a terrible thing, but we'll move on.
Yep. Definitely.
All right, so getting into the footy this week. Actually, joining us in the bar tonight, we have
Barboy Bergie. How are you, crew?
Good, buddy. Good.
Mate, very good.
Word in the bar.
The word in the bar is keep sending in them questions. Are you ready for them?
Oh, we're ready.
You ready?
I was born ready.
Born ready. I'm Helen Reddy's brother. Ever ready. Sorry. You think Tino got off lightly when he broke Appy's jaw as Appy went to tackle him? Do you think Origin had a play in it? Jimmy H. Good question.
Oh, Origin. Yeah, I reckon it definitely had a play in it. Not for Appy, obviously.
You just look at... Okay, I'll use this as an example. He gets off, but... Appy's out.
For 6 weeks.
6 weeks, but Mitch Barnett gets a week. You see the tackle from Mitch Barnett was a little bit of a shoulder. Yeah, it was, but didn't cause any injury like that, and he's gone for 6 weeks. Like, that's New South Wales. Oh, that's a big chunk out of them. The Tigers were on a roll, so to speak, starting to look good. That's a huge chunk out of the Tigers now.
Especially Appy being the best hooker in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, by far. Tino didn't even get 10 in the bin.
Yeah.
And then you get someone which we'll talk a bit on later, but Spencer Lino gets 10 in the bin for...
And fined
for standing up for himself. Like, who's running this league? It's a bunch of muppets that have got no idea, because there needs to be, like we say with the rules of the game, there also for the rules of the judiciary has to be a fine line where everything is run the same way. Yeah. It's like a lucky dip. Then pull it out and go, oh, 6 weeks. Oh, aren't you lucky? You get away this week, Tino. I find it ludicrous, and I think if it wasn't Origin, would he got suspended? Maybe. But yeah.
Can I just say, I thought the tackle that he did on Reid Marnie 2 weeks ago was worse than the one that he did on Appy.
Well, that's the thing.
Didn't he go bin for that?
Can't remember if he got bin, but I know Marnie went off with a HIA, and I don't know if he returned. I can't remember.
No, wasn't he in doubt for this week? Just gone because of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
see, that's the thing. They want to be precautious, whatever that word is, with heads. So stop leading with the elbow.
Yep.
Well, another one that's
apparently that's his third time as well.
Well, another one like that. How many
times you got to do it?
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Until someone gets really hurt, and it's still sorry. Excuse me. And another one with the elbow is Jared Warrior-Hargraves.
Yep.
Like, come on. And then when people like Spencer are sticking up for themselves, which I won't go into too much, but because I know it will come up later, but how can you blame him?
Exactly.
And for me, I say give the bloke a starting spot in the Blues. I loved it. So yeah, it's a bit iffy for me.
Yeah, I thought he got off light, personally. You got to listen to this one. It's more of a statement, but throw in your opinions. How good is it that we're finally getting 2 new screens at McDonald Jones Stadium? The ones we have are past their use-by date, with one not even working for the past 2 years. Adrian Ross.
That one that's not working come from Parramatta.
No, the big one did, didn't it?
No, the one that's not
didn't
working.
Didn't it come from wasn't from the footy stadium, the old footy stadium?
No,
Oh,
the one that's not working come from Parramatta.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, we didn't want it. You just took it.
But
The Knights got the
Okay.
dregs.
a lot of people are complaining about it, but I think this might have been a smart move by the Knights. They never fixed it. Went to the government. Now the government's going to put 2 massive big screens in. So,
Just in time for the Pink concert.
gotcha.
Well,
New South Wales government. Yes.
They got free tickets, did they?
Probably.
I don't mind as long as we get some.
Yeah, right.
But how big were they again, sorry?
Hasn't got on here.
I think they're, well,
No,
what I
that's
did
not.
hear, they're going to be quite large. Lot bigger than what's there now. So I'm thinking, at the Sydney Football Stadium, how they've got those really long, massive ones.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite so big, but I think they're going to be pretty big. So that should be pretty good. Good for the crowd, good for the atmosphere.
Well, it's one of the better stadiums in the country, really. Now, the
Well,
way
it's
the
getting there.
facilities are.
And especially the way if they're talking about doing the grandstand on the hills now too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, no, the atmosphere of the hill, but I mean, that's the thing of the past now, the hills and stuff. It's all going stadiums. Like, look at, I'll take my hat off to them here. The Parramatta Eels, probably one of the best stadiums in the NRL at the moment to watch football. The Roosters looks good. Haven't been there yet, and that guy off the Panthers site was telling us today, Suncorp.
Oh, yeah, Ashley.
No, it was Brad.
Oh, Brad Crosland.
Brad Crosland was saying that Suncorp is it's a spectacle in itself. So it'd be good to see that. I haven't been there. So some good stadiums out there.
Yep.
So,
All coming in the line, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About time.
And I mean, everyone knows the Knights fans go rain, hail, shine, spoons, winning or not. So I think
I don't have a choice.
no, you don't. But I think over the years they've really earned the right to have this kind of stuff. So yeah, good on them.
Yeah.
But also too, the likes of Penrith are getting their stadium now too, I believe.
Is that on hold? The one at Liverpool? I think they'll put that on hold.
Liverpool.
Yeah, over in Liverpool, the stadium they were going to build, the Western Sydney Stadium, new one that they were going to build for
No, it's
Damon the
going in
Dogs.
Penrith.
It's going to Penrith.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's where Penrith plays.
Penrith is.
Right. I
Penrith.
just thought during COVID period that they were going to pull the pin on it for a little while because of
No, they were going to pull the pin on it because of the Chris Minns. Apparently, he turned around and said, "Nah,
Right,
I'm going to
okay.
renege." But then he turned around again and said, "All right, we'll get it done."
I think someone in the office there is going, hey, you want to be re-elected? I reckon you build it and you'll get votes. But rightly so. I mean, like Penrith as we'll all find out, those of you that haven't been there next weekend.
Have you ever been there?
Penrith
Yeah.
a couple of times when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, that was when they had horse and cart.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a good stadium, but
But
it's old.
Yeah.
It needs an updoing,
the
but
toilets and that are very old, and yeah, the food's good.
food is great. Like we'll take the cameras next week and do a little bit of filming, but they deserve an upgrade. I mean, every other club sort of really has, I feel. Penrith's probably the last one on the list, and I know people go, "Oh, what about Leichhardt?" Well,
They got 2 grounds.
that's right. You have a look at Campbelltown. That's not a bad stadium. So I think Penrith should be first, and they're getting it. And yeah, if the Roosters, I still don't. The Roosters' new stadium's great, by all means, what I've seen. But you can't beat the Sydney Football Stadium.
No.
The old Sydney Football Stadium. That was the pinnacle of rugby league to be. It's yeah. But we're getting there now, so we're getting up on there with the best of them, so bring it on.
Don't have to go to Sydney now.
Mm.
Got it up here. Number 3. Ratch Mason sent this one in. Do you think Spencer Tracy should have been picked for Origin?
Spencer
Tracy.
Spencer Leo. Did I say Tracy, did I?
Yeah. Is that Dick Tracy's brother?
It was. Spencer Leo. Been picked for the Origin.
All right, we'll hear it straight from the Panthers now.
No, because I don't want them to pick any Panthers players. If we're going to lose, blame it on the Parramatta players. Blame it on the South players. Don't pick Penrith players.
Isn't it
Yeah,
picked on
I think he deserved to be there.
their performance and how well they're playing? If he's playing well, not Tracy, Leo, he should be picked.
Who? Leo?
Spencer Leniu.
Leo.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, guys. It's supposed to be picked on form.
You just like a bit of mongrel in the team.
Well, we need
Stop
it.
it. I mean, okay, we'll get into the team soon, but Queensland are going to bring a bit of mongrel to it.
It's going to be a whitewash.
And this bloke will not take a backward step from nobody. I mean, as we've seen on the weekend too. And the NRL is about trying to make money as well with Origin. You pick Lenu, he's going to probably bring an extra couple of thousand viewers to that TV because they're not watching the game. They're waiting for him to blow up. And I think it was a silly move by Fittler to leave him out. They said they brought in Tavita Pangai for the mongrel and the aggression last game. Well, that backfired. This is your bloke. This bloke, I know I've said about a few players born for Origin, but this bloke was born to play Origin. And, I mean, fireworks happen. Who do you want on your side? Who would you want backing you up? His old crazy eyes Spencer. So, yeah, I think it was a stupid move, one by Fittler, and NRL should have probably got in his ear and said to Fittler, pick him. Because I'll tell you what, it's an extra, it's a revenue raiser putting him in there. Is there anyone in doubt for this week? Was there any doubts in the team that's still an injury cloud over at all?
Liam Martin, Latrell Mitchell, Cameron Murray, they've all been named, but obviously they can't train right up until Origin.
Dumb move. That's a huge injury cloud, having so many. Okay, Liam Martin or Cam Murray's out. Spencer comes in for mine. I don't know if it will happen, but if it doesn't, there's something wrong.
At least he should be a shadow player to come up.
No, if they're out, he comes straight in.
Oh, no, I mean, at the moment, just as a be around the team for anything like that.
Well, that's right. We'll touch the squad later, but it's supposed to be picked on form, and it's not. It's picked on who they want because, we'll get in that a little bit later when we touch Origin, but...
Number 4 from Shane. Shane's got no last name. It's a shame about Shane. Excuse me. What are your thoughts on JWH and Spencer incident?
There you go.
Well, for me, I thought it was great. I loved it. I was, back in the days where the Clam used to get involved, I was jumping up in the seat again, like, get into it, boys. And if JWH is going to be a grub, he's got to expect like George was it George or Thomas? George Burgess got 2 weeks suspension for throwing a water bottle at another player. First of all, this goose squirted Spencer, said something. Apparently, there was some pretty harsh words said that arced him up as well, and then threw a water bottle at him.
Is he the one that pushed Luai into
Jerome
the ref?
Luai into the ref as well.
And nothing happened there?
No, nothing happened there as well. And then, threw a water bottle, squirted him. What's the bloke supposed to do? Sit there and go, stop it. Like,
Wet T-shirt competition.
hello. But, you know what I mean? And he gets 10 in the bin. Like, I thought that was the best. That really brought the... Oh, I was excited.
You should have heard my language. hey, effing this and effing that.
I'm like, hell yeah. You know, like, it was awesome. And that's what people want to see. You know, and what happens on the field stays on there. But my only disappointment is that Spencer's going because there's not going to be any of them clashes next year because they're playing with each other.
Yeah.
Well, I hope JWH gets driven out.
Oh, so do I. Because then it will still, you know, it will still go on. And, yeah, I just think it was good. He shouldn't have been sent. Maybe told him to calm down or you're going, but I liked it when he was walking off too, and he's saying, "Oh, in the car park," and then people were giving it to him from the sideline, so he's doing the old actions and.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, and then
I thought he was calling old mate it.
Oh, he was doing it. Yeah, it was great. I'll bring it back. Let him. There you go again. That answers my question for Origin. He should be there for Origin, like that.
They throw beer cans at him over there at Suncorp.
But he's not one that's going to back from it.
No.
He's going to feed on it.
He'd love it.
Yeah. So, I need to catch the Blues next year. Spencer will be in my starting 17. That's for sure. My 17.
And it's the first 5.
Sorry?
In the first 5.
Spencer and Spencer.
No, you said in the 17. I said he'd be in the first 5. Then pick the other 12.
Liam Martin will be the other 12.
Okay.
But anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Matty Johns believes Luke Brooks will end up at the Knights next year. What are your thoughts? Naomi Robson. Thank you, Naomi.
Going to the Cowboys.
Yes.
Is he?
That's what I'm reckon.
And there's a rumour rolling around that Townsend will be going to Super League.
Because Todd Payton and Luke Brooks are like that. But Matty Johns has got a lot of contacts. Does he know something we don't? But my only issue is Brooks is, for me, I don't think he's the answer at Newcastle. And why are we chopping and changing our halves again? We got Gamble, we got Hastings. Why aren't we sticking with it? I know people go, Matty Johnson won. You know, he's got a good football brain. He played first grade. He might know more than me, but he reckons he's more of a 14. But I don't know. For me, say just keep what we got. I don't think we should be chasing Luke Brooks when we're struggling to hold on to Tyson Frizzell, Saifidi and the likes. Why are we throwing money at Luke Brooks? Yeah, okay, you can have all these halves, but if you've got no forwards going forward, what are these halves going to do?
And also, too, I'll just say Hastings had to go, right, hypothetically. You bring another one into the thing, like, because they're playing very well this year with them two together, why? That means you have to change the combination again through pre-season. Like, yeah, I think, it's a bit of a nothing call there, I reckon.
Is it from a kicking point of view? Because Knights don't really have a good kicker?
I don't think Luke Brooks
doesn't. Oh, he can, but he's not
Hastings is a good kicker. It's just because last year he had a broken leg.
Yeah.
And it still hasn't come good. Ponga can kick good on his day, but it just hasn't happened for a while. I mean, Lockie Miller, if he comes back, can kick good. I think they need more practice. Like, look at Cleary. Cleary stays around for 2 hours after the team practice.
Every day.
Yeah, but if I was on that pay packet, I would.
I'll just say one word, 1.6 mil.
Exactly.
True.
Well, it's not like Hastings didn't kick that bad. I know everyone's bagging him again, but he missed one from the sideline.
Yeah, they were.
He hit the post. He got one from the sideline.
He's getting better. I mean, but I know what people are saying about too. If we had a kicker like Cleary or Crichton,
you'd win more games.
We win more games.
Yeah.
Which is right. I understand that. But persevere with it. It's getting better, I think. But Luke Brooks, going back to that question, I do not think is our answer. When we're struggling to hold on to the gun, probably the form back rower, along with Liam Martin and Tyson Frizzell, when we're struggling to hold him, because the mail is the Bulldogs are chasing hard, and the Tigers, was it?
For Frizzell, yeah.
Excuse me, are chasing hard. And we lose him, I say they've got no idea. The Knights have no idea if we let him go. I'll sing out to Jack Everington. Was offered apparently good money from a rival club to go now, and apparently he said no, I'm happy at Newcastle, and it was a longer term deal. and the Knights said they wouldn't stand in his way if he wants to go. So obviously, I don't think he's in our long-term future. But he said, "No, I'm staying,"
which is a shame because
yeah. But for some bloke say, "No, I want to stay here," he wants to be at the club. I hope they do the right thing by him. It's because he hasn't missed out on that opportunity.
Yeah.
Just on that note, I want to say thank you, Sorensen.
Oh.
He wants to stay at Penrith.
He's staying 3 years or something.
Did your heart sink?
I was cranky.
He told me about it, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
It's only a contract, and you know what they do with contracts, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but this bloke, I think, is as loyal as they come. I think we missed the bait there, so why we didn't chase harder is beyond me too.
Bring Clem back.
But if he was going to leave Penrith, Knights would be the only team I'd want him to go to, because then I could still see him play all the time.
But he's a gun, and I think he would have been great. Imagine him in the back row of Tyson. Oh, stop it. Anyway, moving on.
That was it.
That's it.
That was it.
That's some good words for it. We'll say too, keep them coming in. There's some good, questions each week, and Gaz likes reading them out.
Love reading them out.
Even Dick Tracy himself.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, we might take a few words from our sponsor.
Major show sponsor, the Burden Automotive Group in Maitland and Port Stephens, comprising of Maitland Toyota, Port Stephens Toyota, Hunter GWM, Cardiff GWM, Port Stephens GWM, and also Hunter 4x4 accessories in Maitland and, yes, in Cardiff. The Burden Automotive Group have been proudly supporting the community for 60 years. They've been supporting this show. Please go support the sponsors that support us.
Hey, welcome back, guys, and time for a bit of night review. So, it was a good game.
It was. Played very well the Knights. Unlucky not to win.
I said to you guys last week, I said, I'm going to tip for the first time against the Knights for reverse psychology, and it nearly paid off. So, we land them 2 goals. Things could have been different. But I was pretty happy with the performance.
Well, they're gutsy.
A couple of little decisions they should have made a bit different, and lapses in defence, so to speak. But I thought it was a pretty good performance, really. And if we can continue playing like that, like Penrith, the Broncos, top 2 teams, agree?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we pushed Penrith right to the nail, and really, we should have probably won last week. So if we can do it against the top teams, we can do it against any of them.
Well, you've been consistent against the bottom teams as well. This is like you go back 12 months ago.
Without this being sound disrespectful, I think the problem was Ponga at the 5'8".
Yes.
He belongs.
Yeah. And I mean, like
Where
this, like I said, this is only not supposed to be any disrespectful or whatever.
No.
But like you said, he belongs where he is. You can see the difference in how he's playing.
Absolutely. Look at the way he ran past Reece Walsh.
Yeah. For the dynamics of the team, he's the fullback.
He ran that fast, his eyebrows fell off on Reece Walsh. But yeah, and I mean, people, I did notice on social media, I kept quiet, but there was a few Gamble haters last week. Oh, get rid of him, yeah. What, because he didn't set the house on fire for one game?
He wasn't that bad.
He wasn't that bad, and he made a couple of mistakes here and there, but he's chancing things, and things are going to happen. Yeah. You can't expect it just to happen like that.
Especially against your old side,
So, I mean, this week will be a really good test against the Roosters as well, coming off a loss. So, I want to get hold of Tyson. I want to, give him a couple of bucks just to really get into JWH.
Which one? Frizzell or Gamble?
Gamble.
Yeah, get into the mind of, imagine the verbal. It would be awesome. And I think we should all wear Spencer faces when JWH runs out. What do you reckon?
I'll just make a sign up. Spencer says hi.
Go on.
Get a water bottle because you're close enough to him.
I'd get kicked out.
Let's get a sign that says JWH. Spencer says hi.
Remember our good friends at the printed sign shop?
Yes. Shout out to the sign shop boys.
How
So,
quick can they whip it up?
you want it?
Or I can make one.
I'll see what I can do. But I'll tell you what, while we're on the sign shop boys, if you want a sign made up, they're the crew to go see. I mean,
They're awesome.
absolute awesome guys and a big supporter of the show. And yeah, you can't fault them. And I tell you what you get for what you pay for is second to none.
Well, our daughter's getting married next month, and unfortunately, Cruz can't be there, our son, because he'll be with his mum. He's going to Cape York for 4 weeks, so obviously he just can't be there. So we're going to hit him up for a call flute cutout of Cruz so he can be with us.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it sort of helps a little. I mean, because the kid's in a hard spot. Yeah, he wants to go with his mum, but he wants to be with us too. So
He can get a photo with the bride on the day.
Can you get it live streamed?
we're going to
No,
try.
he'll have no signal, I don't think.
We're gonna
it might
try.
be hard in Cape York.
Actually, she won't have signal. That's why she wanted to ring him while she was getting ready, because they're out in the whoop out in the garden,
Wallumbye.
Yeah.
way out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we're going to try what we can do.
Yep.
But I mean, it'll be good. It'll be something good. But
That was my little tangent. Sorry. But
No,
the
it's all
sign
good.
shop.
yeah,
suss
get on to
out.
them. They're most awesome people you could ever deal with. But yeah, I think this week the crowd needs to get behind them too. And if we can do the Roosters, last week the Broncos pushed them to the end. The Roosters at home. Watch the team change. Watch the confidence. But going into this too, Greg Margie's been dropped. We won't get into much of the team list, but
That's a big loss.
that's a huge loss. And I get he didn't make the team bus, but this is not. He should have been fine. He should have been fine. Okay. What do you reckon? $3,000?
Oh, in excess, yeah.
Something like that?
First offence, for
Or
sure.
$2,000?
Yep.
Or whatever. By not playing him isn't. Okay, yeah, it's hurting him because he wants to play. But you're hurting the club and you're hurting the fans.
Yep, definitely.
Because I tell you, we need all the players, our best team, to beat the Roosters. And this is no disrespect to whoever's come in. We'll get in the team list later. But Greg Marju is like a Brian Tuttle, or go back as far as saying an Adam McDougall. What he does to the team on the wing, we need that. We need that more than anything. And I just think it was a stupid decision to go, okay, you dropped. I know they have protocol, they have rules and whatever, but they should have looked at it and went, okay, first offence, you're getting a fine. Because, or even if it was his second or third, you've got to look at, I ask you this, Kalen Ponga's late for the bus. Does he get dropped?
Probably get a fine.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah.
It's a drop in the ocean for him.
That's what I mean.
But if it's good for one, it's good for another again. And I wouldn't want Ponga to be dropped because it's not in the best interest of the club, the team, and trying to get back in that 8.
I wonder why he missed the bus.
Might have slept in. Could have been anything. Might have had a big night on the grog. You know, they are allowed to let their hair down to a certain extent. No one knows, but
Did he turn up for training?
I think it was on the
Or did he
way.
just missed the bus.
I think
Yeah.
he just missed the team bus on the way home. That's all. Yeah. So we'll wait to the airport. I don't know. It's only just come out today. It was pretty much being kept in house.
Yeah, that's right, until the team list come
Yeah.
out. But I just think we need this bloke, and he should have been on there. He should have been fine.
Definitely need him.
Yeah.
Didn't they say he's a weightlifter? No wonder he's so
Yeah, that's
stocky.
a bodybuilder or something.
Yeah,
but,
bodybuilder. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, this bloke's the buy of the year." What he's done for the Knights, I mean, he's got to be up there with the buy of the year. What he's brought to the club,
I was just about to say that. I was thinking definitely the buy of the year for sure.
and I get Adam O'Brien's probably trying to set a example here too, but wrong time. If it was, no disrespect for you once again too, but if it was against, say, a team like Tigers, yeah, you could sort of.
I don't know.
But even so, you know, you need your best team on the park each week.
Yeah, well, now that Appy and Luke Brooks is out.
And playing against the Roosters, there's 2 points we could get. I just think he should have been in there as well. Find him. Find him where it hurts him most, in the pocket. They won't do it again.
That's all right. They'll just keep him on ice for next week after against Penrith.
It's all right. We'll have our stars backing up from.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, you want your best players, and I'm not having a go.
Knights will need their best players.
That's what I mean. You're not having a go.
We will. But I'll tell you what, it's a good time to play Penrith, isn't it?
Cooling his jets, so to speak.
No Cleary, no Panthers.
And that'll mean Jack Cogger's playing against his former team. Might have a few little butterflies. Ooh.
Deadly silence.
Are we going to have a wager on this one again?
I'm not wearing a toga. That's his job.
Take it, Tony.
Yeah, take it, Tony.
Yeah, anyway.
No more bets.
So, I thought they played absolutely. Probably one of their best.
The ending was so exciting to watch. Like, even Braden sitting on the lounge going, come on. It was so close. Like, we thought Knights were going to score in those last dying minutes.
I think we sort of threw it away in the end. So, well, not threw it away, but we could have done more to win it, so to speak. But yeah, it's
a fair effort.
And to keep Brisbane at home, that's such a to me, it's at the moment it's maybe a 3-horse race for the premiership, being Penrith, Brisbane, and maybe Parramatta.
Say that again.
Yeah, maybe Parramatta to, because I'm not convinced with the Roosters yet. I mean, they'll be in the 4, but I don't know if they're going to be premiership.
No, South will be there before the Roosters.
I don't know. No Latrell.
I still don't run right off Melbourne.
Yeah, but you get rid of Latrell and Cody Walker, Souths are gone.
Yeah, so reserve grade.
Yeah. But moving forward, that was probably one of their best performances for a long time.
Against was it a full strength or near full strength Broncos side?
Pretty close.
It was full strength.
Pretty close. And I'll just say, halfway through the season, Knights are the most improved side this year by a long way. Very consistent. They've only had one bad game.
Oh, we've had a few we could have improved, but we're getting there. Guys?
Yeah, the same. I was listening to the game, and it was seesawing from one to the other. And then after I finished the job I was at, wife was in the car and she doesn't like the radio on, so I couldn't hear the end. And because the Knights were winning, got home, raced out, got my phone. Damn! And then I heard Adam Reynolds score just at the end, which is like you said, it was a
bit heartbreaking.
If it had a kicker that could put them 2 over,
he come close. One hit the upright.
Yeah.
So.
How good was? I'm not. How good was that flick pass from Ezra Mann there?
Shit.
Well, man, like for a spectator, like neutral like I am, it was, like it was a good.
So you were batting for both teams.
Well,
let's move on.
I had a half-time, full-time double, mate.
Anyway, let's move on to night of the round. I'll kick things off here and. I gave 3 to Ponga. I thought it was probably his best game all year. And, just even Byrne Reece Walsh was pretty good. I gave 2 to Leo Thompson. I thought, he's only getting better and better. And, like I say, call him the Beast. He's the Beast. And 1 went to Greg Marshall. I thought he played well as well. And... my special mention actually for first coming back from injury, like Kurt Mann played pretty well off the bench.
Didn't he? Because he come into the backs, into the 5'8" or playmaking role, and he did set up. He was involved in one of those tries that they scored,
and really trying to. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like you got Gamble, Hastings, Ponga, and now Mann. When you have them 4 on the park, you got options all over the park. So
and I like how they mix it up a bit in attack. So you got, as you said, you got Mann there and Gamble's out the back, or he's playing another receiver, and then Mann somewhere else, and then you've got Hastings to Gamble. So they're mixing it up a little bit, giving the defence guessing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. My turn.
Yeah.
3 go to Ponga, 2 to Young, and 1 to Gagai. Obviously, Ponga, he was awesome when he breezed past Walsh in the 37th minute. Young, he got his 13th try for the season. I know his defence needs a bit of work, but geez, he can score.
Oh, yeah.
And Gagai, he had a try saver on Corey Oates in the 13th minute. So, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Totally.
So I went 3 to KP. I thought it was, want to be a very, very good game from him. He's got to stay at 1 now, from my opinion. 2 to Gags. I thought he's had some good moments as well, and I gave 1 to Leo as well. I thought he was pretty good up front and terrorised the Brisbane forwards, and he didn't take a backward step.
Nah, never does he?
Yeah.
Gaz?
Ponga.
Yep.
And you've all touched on it, so I don't have to say any more about that. Marju for 2, and Leo Thompson for 1.
Yeah.
So it's sort of pretty much all together. Everyone's got it the same.
All right, so Ponga?
Yes, I
Ponga.
agree.
Ponga is our neither round. We might take another short break and have a few messages and be back shortly.
Who doesn't love a nice cold beer? And the best cold beer is not some other mob down the road. The best cold beer in Newcastle is found at Thirsty Messiah. The Thirsty Messiah Brewery is found at 140 Lambton Road in Broadmeadow. Get on down there for some great beer at a great price. Support the local. Thirsty Messiah Brewery in Broadmeadow.
All right, guys, and back for what caught my eye this week. And what caught your eye, Dal?
All right, so in the Melbourne and Sharks game, Nelson Asafa Solomona, I didn't watch much of the game, but when we flicked it over, it was a short dropout, and he made the motion of shuffling over to pick the ball up, and it was just funny watching this big dude do that.
It was. It didn't go to 10, and he ran through with the hand motion, so he was going to pick it up, and then just
Knowing he
ran
couldn't.
past it, and it was funny. And brought a little light of life to the game, which is good. Mine was in the Roosters Penrith game. Obviously, we watched that pretty well, and kids in the Roosters kit were waiting to see the players after the game, only to have the Roosters walk straight past them, straight off the field, into the tunnels, into the sheds. So the little kids in their Roosters jerseys were getting the Panthers to sign their jerseys instead. And there was no Roosters to be seen anywhere. And I think it's absolute disgraceful that they can't, not just Roosters, but every team, can't spend half an hour after the game, at least, with the fans. Because those fans are what gets that paycheck in their pocket each week. And I think it's just disgusting. Whether they're allowed to or not, I don't know. But it falls back on the club. The club should say, no, he's get. So, a bit of sour grapes there. I wonder if they won, would they have stayed out? But win, lose or draw, as you've seen with the Knights, will turn up. So, reward your fans. And so, Roosters, that's what got my gate off this week too. It was... pretty disrespectful to their fans.
They need to have a good look at themselves.
But they're showing the kids, if you lose, put your head down and walk away from it. Don't hold your head up and say you tried.
Well, a lot of people will bag Penrith players out. But Luai, for example, hangs around till every single person that wants an autograph or a picture gets it. A lot of the Panthers do. Some of the Knights do too until they're ushered up the tunnel. I've seen that too, but Panthers are there. I don't know why. Cleary lets them stay out for as long as they want. Ivan does. And they walk around the whole ground till every single person gets what they need. And I mean, I take my hat off to whoever's doing that, whether it's the players themselves or it's the club installing it or it's a bit of both, that's you wonder. That's why they have such a good nursery and following too, I reckon, is because of the way they conduct themselves. So a few clubs could take a good hard look at that.
Yeah,
I reckon every team should do it. Clubs and the teams get together and say, or put a maximum, say 20 minutes or so, or minimum of 20 minutes, so that they can get out there.
Well,
My daughter got a heap of Parramatta. She was in Sydney one day and got a heap of Parramatta ones for me. Like, I could never get there to get it. And these little kids, like you're saying, the little girl and the Roosters got the Penrith, got a jersey signed. Probably gave the Roosters the finger as they went off or something.
But this is things that kids will remember for their life.
Yeah.
Like, I remember
They're heroes.
as
We used
clear
to
as day.
run out in the field when we were kids after the siren sounded.
But I remember as clear as day, like it was yesterday, back in '93, Newcastle actually played Penrith. Chief Harrigan was out because of Origin. Gary Harley took me in the sheds to meet the Chief. And that's something I'll never, ever forget.
Yep.
And, I just think we need to be focusing on the future of the game. Rather than taking it to Vegas and, all this crap, the future of the game is in your own backyard.
Yeah.
So,
Touche.
that's what caught my eye, Corey.
If
Yeah,
if it goes to Vegas, well, supposedly going to Vegas, are they going to stay around and sign autographs and get photos with the Yankees?
Probably.
But they won't do it here.
No. Well, you watch me have a bitch.
Publicity stunt.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
That's right.
Anyway,
I'll just touch on it very briefly. The crowd at Cogger on Saturday afternoon was awesome. 117,000 people. I've never seen it packed out for such a long time. 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon kickoff. 15 minutes after the game, people were still streaming through till they finally put the closed gates up. And I just thought the moral of the story is I'd really like to see more games at Suburban grounds at 3 o'clock on a Saturday like it was back in the day.
100%.
Saturday football, ABC.
Yep.
But I'm a big fan of Saturday football.
Yep.
Because you get working families with young kids too.
Yep.
You can get to the game. It doesn't matter how late you finish. They can hang around and wait for the players after it, and you don't have to rush home. You've got plenty of time. And then you've got the next day to digest the game, watch the replay. So Saturday football for me is the pinnacle.
It was a great spectacle, even for a team coming last.
Suppose at least you had to have something to cheer about this year. Eh?
Well, we got the
They
dub.
got the
We got the dub, even though they almost lost it.
Nah, but yeah, I couldn't agree with you more with that. It's bring back Saturday football. Gather.
Well, it's about Parramatta, of course.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. I was waiting for that. Sevo scored one of his easiest tries he'll ever score. He just walked over the line. Did you see it?
No.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
watch
did.
Parramatta.
Yeah,
No.
yep.
Missed that bit.
Yeah, he could have just.
He
Yeah.
just strolled. He did.
Yeah.
Wasn't even running.
Yeah.
Just strolled over, and the other team had just given up. I don't know
Wow.
why he didn't take it in a bit further on that, but I just sort of got there just in time to see it. But
I tell you one thing.
scored 16 tries this season.
He's a bit of a gun. I'll give him that. I'd like to see. I know we played him over a week, but I think Dom Young was with Sevo's week.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
like
right.
to see.
Remember he pulled his hair. Remember?
Yeah, I'd like
And
to
got
see,
away with it.
I'd like to see Marju take him on. The two big boppers. But I tell you what I did see was Mitch Moses charged down Burton's kick. He should have put it down. Because I don't think he actually knocked it on. It was a charge down.
Yeah.
So he puts it down. They go to.
He was offside.
But was he?
Well,
I don't know if he
He
was.
sprinted out of the line, and
But-
the reason why he didn't put it down is because the referee blew the whistle, and he heard it, and that's when Burton just chucked it out of his hands, and it looked quite sort of
It was.
comical.
But put it down. They check it.
Yeah.
And then, he could have went, oh, no, they wrong try. So,
I was about to say, when there's a knock on or whatever, and someone's running through, they always put their hand on the ball anyway, like you said, just in case.
Yeah, play to the whistle.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he did. But, in this case, when you go into your try and you think you might score, just do it.
Yep.
Because that's what the video rests there for.
Just quickly on Sevo, he got put on report for putting his bumpers up yesterday.
Oh, wow. Really?
So now, do you know when they went back to it after, or probably 5 minutes after the play, they put him on report? That was for putting, I remember him putting his arm up.
So he gets put on report, but JWH Grubberose doesn't.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. See, that's my point. Are you going to push me to run the NRL yet? Or
I'd love you to.
We're taking votes.
Did
anyway,
he just say, I love you too?
I think so. Well, he is only human. Yeah. So anyway, that was what caught my eye. That's what caught all their eyes this week. So well, it's time for a bit of humour, eh?
It's debatable.
Oh, stop it. Got some jokes for us this week?
I do. I come prepared. During English class, the teacher asked little Johnny, "Have you ever heard the word contagious before?" "Of course, miss," Johnny replies. "My father actually said it yesterday when we were talking." "Can you repeat it for the class and tell us how he used it in a sentence?" "Yes, miss. We were watching the neighbour take his garbage out when he's been tipped over, spilling rubbish all over the driveway. Dad said, 'It's going to take contagious to pick it all up.'" I had to say that fast so it didn't...
I like it. I like the good old
Poor little Johnny.
I like little Johnny.
Contagious. Gonna take him... Yeah, anyway.
I like it.
Little Johnny. Little Johnny was sitting in class one day and the teacher was talking about life and asked him, "Little Johnny, how do you want your wife to be like?" He answered, "Like the moon." And the teacher said, "That's such a beautiful answer because it's calm and peaceful." Little Johnny said, "No, because it appears at night and disappears in the morning."
Stop it.
Teacher, Johnny, can you use a sentence with definitely in it? Little Johnny, do farts have lumps in them? Teacher, of course not, Johnny. Little Johnny, then I've definitely shat myself.
Okay, going, you're on a roll.
She can't contain herself.
Little Johnny's teacher asks, "What is the chemical formula for water?" Little Johnny replies, "HIJKLMNO." The teacher, puzzled, asks, "What on earth are you talking about?" Little Johnny replies, "Yesterday you said it was H2O."
Good one.
You got any more? Or is that it?
One more.
There's one more.
All right, little Johnny, wait.
This week in Little Johnny's English class, they were learning about punctuation. When they got to periods, Johnny asked, "Why are periods so important?" The teacher informed him and asked why he wanted to know. He said, "When my sister told us that she missed a period, my father began yelling and my mum passed out."
Oh, I love a good little Johnny joke.
Little Johnny's a naughty boy.
So is that you for this week?
It is, yes.
The Panthers got this week?
Panthers have got Cowboys, so...
Ooh, be a good game.
Yeah, Friday
Who you
night.
backing?
Panthers, of course.
Home
but
or
I'm
away?
I'm not confident. And I
Up at
just...
Cowboys, I'd say.
Yeah. And I just want to say happy 20th birthday to Braden, our son, on Saturday.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're going to watch the Knights play the Roosters and then we'll go to his birthday dinner.
Yes, and looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the Cowboys giving it the Penrith and tiring them out for the following week.
Dreams of
Well,
fun.
most of them probably won't be there the
No,
following
that's
week.
right. But no, it'll be a good game,
No,
to be honest.
I reckon they'll back up because they're not in this game,
Yeah.
so they won't miss too many.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
I think Cowboys are starting to find some form up there too.
Yep.
And Penrith, well, they're not. Even Jack Cogger starting to fill in that role a little bit more. I still would like to see Crichton push to 5'8" and Luai to half.
Yeah.
I think that would be
At
phenomenal.
least,
But
at least for the Cowboys, Nanai's out too because he's gone to Origin. So
yeah, but yeah, true.
Well, this will be a test to see what depth we've got.
well, they've got a few out too, Holmes to Luggy. So yeah, it might be evenly matched.
Jason Taumalolo's back. He's scary.
He's only one player though.
He's scary.
But there's a big hole with Crichton and Yo gone.
And
Yeah.
To'o.
Until
Yeah.
yeah, so interesting to see. But thanks again, and
You're welcome.
we'll see you next week for the for the big preview
Yes.
to the game we've all been waiting for.
We've got a busy week next week with the Origin and the Knights and Panthers. And
Can't wait, eh? So there is still, I think, maybe 5 seats left on the bus.
yeah, there's not many.
Not many. So if
Yeah.
you want a seat, get in now
Yeah.
because they're going quick.
Might be a chance for an upgrade if we get more, will it?
Well, at the moment we've filled that coach, but if we get another 15, we can go to
Oh,
a
well, there
double
you go.
decker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is more seats, but we've got to get the 15 to go to that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, thanks for that tonight, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
All right, we're taking over short break and I'll be back shortly.
Blah, blah, blah.
I gotta be honest, one of my favourite things in this life is to sit down with some amazing meat and just stuff my face full of it. And the best meat that you will come across, honestly, is found at Steak and Chops Butchery at Tanilba Bay. Jump on their Facebook page and check out some of the prices and some of the specials. The quality is outstanding, the prices are excellent. You really can't go wrong. Steak, chops, sausages, mince, lamb loins. What more could you want? Get on down to Steak and Chops. That's 69 Beatty Boulevard in Tanilba Bay. Tell them the Sasquatch sent you.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And it's that time of night again. It's time for the Rush quarter of an hour up there with Elliot. How are you, champion?
I'm all right. I'm more interested in how much Kylie's been giving it to you since Sorensen re-signed at the Panthers.
Oh, mate, I tell you what. It come up, and I looked at it, and she goes, what? And I just looked at her with this evil look on my eye and showed her, and she, oh, mate. I think she thought she won the lottery.
Just as good.
Oh,
Just as good.
mate, no, she was happy as Larry, but I wasn't, I knew, I sort of, in the back of my mind, knew he was probably going to stay there, but they still had that glimmer of hope, and I mean, good on him for staying loyal to the Panthers, but, oh, God, he would have been good in red and blue.
Oh, it would have been nice to have him at Newey, mate, but, yeah, you're right here. All the mailers that he wanted to stay there if they could get the right dollar amount, quite obviously they did.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's one we let go, but we tried our best. But
we did try.
While we're on the subject of players, Matty Johns has said that Luke Brooks will end up at Newcastle.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. The club officials have sort of said no at this stage, which, as we all know, that could change pretty quickly. I think he's much more likely to... The one to look out for, I actually think, is the Cowboys. I could see him going. He's got connection to Toddy Payton. I know for a fact Toddy Payton loves him. The Raiders would probably be a suitor as well. I just don't get me wrong. I'd enjoy having him, and you'd have to play him as a six. I think Jacko's out 7 for years to come. But I don't know if we're in desperate need from what we've seen from Tyson Gamble either. I actually like the half pairing.
100% agree with you, mate. You know I'm a big Gamble fan, so I don't want to see him leave. But my way of looking at it is, do we spend the money and chase Luke Brooks, or should we be worrying about things like Tyson Frizzell and the likes, trying to wrap them up? That's my,
And keeping Safidi.
And so feeding that. We should be throwing the money at them. And like you said, we've got two halves. Let's stick with them. Ponga's back at one. Gamble's, we all know what Gamble can bring. Hastings is getting better and better each week. Let's stick with it.
Yeah, I mean, all the word around those players while we're on it is Daniel Saifidi wants to stay and is set to stay. Bradman Best is much the same, and Tyson Frizzell too. I know there's always, mail around saying, he's speaking to this club or whatever. The Bulldogs have called him. That doesn't mean he's interested. He's made really clear he wants to stay in Newcastle. The Knights have made really clear they want to keep him. It's it's working out the finances, no doubt, and what that looks like, and whether it's 2 years or whatever it might be. But I'd be shocked if any three of those players go anywhere.
Oh, that's good news to hear. I mean, you'd want to stay with your brother too, wouldn't you? Yeah. As long as you could.
Yeah, exactly right. Yep.
To me, there's two good in the game, like playing with your brother and being coached by your father. You couldn't get any better than that, like obviously for them playing with their brother in Cleary, or Parramatta, the Arthur. That to me would be the two best things you could ever experience in rugby league. Playing with your brother and coached by your father. So that'd be another good thing. But mate, we're looking good. We're looking really good. And I'll tell you what, the Roosters. We're going to give them a fair crack, eh?
Yeah, I was sort of looking at the both teams on paper before, and on paper, I genuinely think we've got a stronger side. Certainly a better back line, with Teddy out especially, and then forward packs I think are relatively equal. I know we know Greg Marju this week, so Nari Tuala comes in. But I hate throwing this term around, but this one is a must-win game. It was great to compete with Brisbane, and they are probably the benchmark at the moment. And we proved that we're good enough to be in the fight. And let's be honest, we were the better team for 75 minutes of the game. You got to turn that into a result this week. But that's all for nothing if they find a way to bottle it against the Roosters. They got to win this game to keep touch with the top 8.
With that, mate, it's all but come out this week that Greg's been dropped because he didn't make. When you're playing the Roosters, and like you said, it's a must-win game, wouldn't you want your best team on the paddock?
I sort of felt the same way at first, and then I look at it like this, Dean, is that it can't be, it's horses for courses, right? It can't be one rule for one player, and it was, forgive my memory, it was Bradman Best and another player last year where a similar thing happened. You can't stand them down and say, okay, this game's more important. Greg, will slap you with a fine instead. Knowing Peter Parr, and I do know Parry really well, he's a man of standards and ethics too, so he's not going to make one rule for one player and one for another. And I'll say this actually, because we went into the sheds after the game and I caught up with Parry and spoke to a few of the other boys. Parry and Greg Marju get along really well. They were, having a laugh together after it, catching up post-game, so there's no beef or drama there. It's simply him just laying the standards down.
Oh, 100% agree with you there when you said, you've got to, do one, you got to do it for the other. And, there would be no bad blood there. I reckon, Greg knows he's done the wrong thing. My only thing is, I think, would it be better for everyone that does this, okay? For example, just for giggles, Tyson Gamble next week does the same thing. Would it be better as a club and as a team to not drop them, but hit them in their pocket with a fine? And do that, all the way along, because you want your best team on each week. And, rather than not play them, just hit them with a fine, even if it's a hefty fine to make them think twice.
I think it's about hitting where it hurts, and I'll give you an example in a sec, but for this playing group, you'd hope it's going to hurt them more to miss the game and essentially feel like they have to let their teammates down rather than, here's 5 or 10 grand. There's an example at Brisbane where they would use player managing more than a blanket rule. Wayne Bennett always told this, and Gordy told me a story. So Gordy was late for training for whatever reason one day, and Gordy, as you guys probably know, addicted to the game of rugby league, lived and breathed it. So what Wayne did is he banned him from training for a week. He ate away at him. He just sat at home stewing on it. Wendell Saylor did the same thing about 3 weeks later, and Wendell's advice was always bling and whatever. So instead of sending him home from training, I think he hit, let's say, a $5,000 fine, and it worked the exact same way. So Wayne Bennett was very much, each player different, but I can understand the way the Knights approach it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do agree. I'm just excited to see that bloke play. What he's brought to the Knights is...
Oh, it's been awesome. He's in the conversation. He won't get it because a couple others are outstanding too. But he's in the conversation for Dally M Winger of the Year. He's been that good.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, you would get no arguments from me. Like you said, there is a couple of other good ones in there too, but, mate, you wouldn't look out of place there, would he?
No, he's been awesome. And I love Chris Randall. Randy as a player, I think he's outstanding. And we've missed him quite obviously with Brayley going down. But certainly that swap, I think, worked out, especially with Dom leaving as well, to have an out-and-out threat still on one of our edges. I love him as a player. And I hadn't met him before, whatever it was, Saturday night. What shocked me is he's a charismatic young fella too. He's quite funny. He made a real effort with all the fans after the game. He was having a bit of a joke around and talking about the game. He was a really lovely fella. So he's got a slap on the wrist this week. He'll no doubt bounce back next.
Yeah, be keen to atone next week, won't he?
Oh, yeah.
And I must say too, I did see a lot of the Knights boys hanging around with the crowd after the game too. So I take my hat off to the boys there because a lot of the Queensland members don't get to see them much, and just to do that at games is for the kids and the fans, and that the happiness that they bring to them is second to none. And we were just talking about this before, but the Roosters walked straight up the tunnel after their game the other week, and there was all these little kids with their Roosters jerseys getting all the Penrith players to sign them.
Oh, and look, that stuff does make a difference, and it's remembered. Even on the weekend, I took my brother into the sheds, and he's in his early 20s, and watching him meet and have a conversation with KP, I know it's something that he'll take that story with him forever. And then you look at even younger kids, 6, 7, 8-year-olds that get the chance to meet the heroes. I can confirm the players stuck around for a long time in the corner where most of the Knights fans were, and signed autographs, took photos, had conversations. And shout out to the Knights fans and members too. There was a really large Newcastle contingent in Brisbane on Saturday night. I was so impressed. We had a lot of people there, and we're sitting up on like a higher tier, but where that big sort of Newcastle away section is, they were loud, and there was lots of them.
Mate, we're only talking about earlier. That's one place I haven't been is Suncorp. So next year, either Magic Round or if we play up there, we get Broncos, we'll make it a round that we've got to head up there, and we'll catch up.
Look, it's the best stadium in Australian Rugby League. I got no doubts about that, and it hurts me to say being a New South Welshman, but it is. It's just there's no bad seats. It's an easy access venue. It's a wonderful location.
Yeah, well, mate, that's on our bandwagon for next year. We want to head up and because we're trying to get to a lot of games, away games. It's just hard with young family, but we've got to a few there now this year, and we're just trying to get to a few more. So definitely Brisbane is on our bucket list for next year. That's for sure.
No, it is. It's a brilliant stadium, mate. And that game was of the highest quality too. It was great to watch live. It was really good.
I tell you what, mate, when you come down here too, we'll get you a couple of seats in the best seats in the house where we sit each game. You can't get any closer to the action.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that one. I think, we're heading down for the second last home game, which is against South, and I think the women play Brisbane earlier in the day too, so it'll be a good little doubleheader.
Oh, mate, that is other than Penrith, that is the game I am looking forward to. Yeah. Gamble versus Walker.
That'll two very calm men that never lose their cool. That'll be good.
Mate, love it, eh? Buddy, we appreciate your input again, mate. It's always good to hear from you, and good to see you. You keep them well up there, that's for sure.
No, I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thanks very much.
Thanks, champion, and we'll catch you next week.
Easy as.
All right, guys, we'll take another short break and be back shortly.
Palmy or Palmer, it doesn't matter where you're from. It's Palmy, by the way. The best schnitzels in town are just around the corner at Harry's, where they cook chicken the way nature intended, flattened, crumbed and golden. Nothing beats a good schnitzel. There are burgers, there's chips, there's all sorts of wonderful food there to be had. Grab yourself a Harry's loyalty card, get on down and enjoy some of the best chicken you'll ever have. It's really good schnit. Get on to Harry's at the Junction, Jesmond, Marketown, Thornton, Erina and Toronto. It is Sasquatch approved. It is Nighttime Podcast approved. Harry's Schnitzel's the best in town.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And it's that time of night again. It's time for Talking Schmidt. And caller number one, who we got there?
Yeah, g'day, mate. It's Daryl here. How you going?
G'day, Daryl, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good, thank you. Just got a quick question for you. The New South Wales Blues and the State of Origin and all the rest of it, we're all very well down in Adelaide. Just wondering, do you think there'll be any teams coming from down that way or any more support for NRL? What do you reckon?
Mate, our editor Adam lives over there, and he's a good friend of the show, Jai. So they've got a lot of Knight supporters over there, to be honest. So
fantastic.
I would love for a team to be over there. I think that's. I know there's talk about another team in Brisbane, but it's called the NRL for a reason. It's National Rugby League, and it should be over there. The Western Reds. Bring back the Western Reds.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good. No, that's great. That's very, very good. No, that's good. That's good. And what's your thoughts for the Knights for the rest of the year?
Mate, if we play like we have against the Broncos last week and we play like that this week, we're going to start pushing into some even better form. Combinations are going to start gelling a bit more with like Gamble and Hastings and Ponga. And then you got Kurt Mann coming off the in as well, playing some good footy. So I think we're in great shape. We're really about to really give it a good shake. Corey, what do you think?
Oh, I think just a little bit of luck goes their way, and I think they'll just sneak into the 8.
And keep injury free.
Injury free,
yeah. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Well, they actually have been pretty well injury free this year, haven't they?
Mate, have you been to a game of late? I know you live up in the Katoomba, is it?
In the mountains. Yeah, no, that's it. So support it from afar. I just got a new job with a taxi, so I'm just basically working that in and getting that comfortable. And then once I get a bit of cash to splash, I'll certainly come on down and give a bit of a yell and support for sure.
Yeah,
definitely keen. Like red and blue through and through. I love the Knights, and just because I live in the mountains doesn't make me any less of a fan than someone from Newcastle. I don't believe so.
Mate, 100%.
Come down.
It doesn't matter if you live in Newcastle or if you live in Mars, mate. If you support the team, you're as good and as big as a supporter as someone that goes to every game. So just because you live far away, mate, it doesn't make you any less of a supporter. I was just thinking maybe one of the Sydney games we get to, if you're going to go to, maybe we could catch up and say g'day.
I'd love that. That'd be great. Yes, please.
Yeah, so I know you bring up the show quite a bit, so you keep us posted to any games that you go to, and if we're there, we'll catch up and say g'day.
Wonderful. All right, thank you very much for that. Have a wonderful evening. And love the podcast.
Thanks, champion. A pleasure, mate. And we appreciate your support. And you're in the running for the to go in the draw for the tattoo voucher, so you just never know. You have to get a Knights tattoo, eh?
That sounds good to me, absolutely. Sounds wonderful.
We'll probably video it and put it on the show as well, if you will.
All right. That sounds good. Sounds good.
Appreciate it, buddy, and we'll enjoy the rest of the show and go the Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. Go the Knights. Good on you all. Thank you very much. Have a great one.
You too. Thanks, mate.
Cheers. Okay, all the best. Bye.
Bye.
Support our show sponsor, Grand Matriarch Distillery, that gives us the beautiful Grand Matriarch vodka that you see on our show every week. Join the reward program, and for every 9 bottles you purchase, you do get 1 free. Grand Matriarch Distilling in the beautiful Sapphire Coast of New South Wales. You cannot go wrong with their product, I promise you. That's grandmatriarch.com.au.
All right, guys, it's time for caller number 2. Who we got there?
Michael from Melbourne.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Yeah, good, yourself?
Mate, fighting fit and ready to go for this weekend.
Good, yeah.
Mate,
exciting.
Yeah, we're going pretty well. So what's your question for us this week, champion?
I think the biggest thing I've noticed, and I did see it a lot on socials, was around signings for the Knights, and people chasing like the Frizz, and we saw Bradman Best come up there for a second and then he knocked it all back. So my concern is, why aren't they signing these guys up or just keeping them, giving them extensions? That's the biggest worry for me. Well, we've got a good team now, so why wouldn't we lock them in?
Well, we just had a word there just before you called up, actually, from Elliot, who's really good friends with Peter Parr and that. And apparently the players want to stay, and the club wants to keep them. So all news is looking good that we will resign Frizz and Daniel Saifidi as well, and plus Bradman Best doesn't want to go anywhere either. So it's looking good. No, with the social media and on the all the papers and media and that, it's not looking good. But hearing the inside word from someone that knows
Good.
At the moment it's looking good that they will stay. So
Good, because that was freaking me out, to be honest. Yeah, we finally sort of have a good team put together, and all of a sudden it's like, well, these guys are moving. It's like, no, that's not fair, you know.
Mate,
so it was a bit of a worry, you know.
Yeah, it always is, especially when we finally get a good team and some good players. Also, the Luke Brooks.
Yes.
Yeah, the word is he won't be at the Newcastle. He'll end up at the Cowboys, which is, I think, good, and then we can concentrate on our own players and keep the halves combination we got.
Bloody hell. Yeah, it's a good lot. So, and they're finally getting their game together. And we had a bad run on the weekend. However, it was a bloody good game in the end. You know, so for me, I thought that was a good effort despite the loss. You know, and so we always look for the win, but I think we're getting there as a team. So.
They're one of the benchmark teams, Gaz. So
exactly.
Yeah, so we pushed them.
They held them right to the end.
Well, that's the whole thing, and that's number 2 on the ladder. So we did well, and the kick in the middle, that try they got around midway through the game, it was a lucky bounce in the end. So it was just pure luck for them to get that try.
Yeah.
Really,
there was a bit of luck there. So take that try out of it, and the goals we could have converted could have been ours. But
yes, I agree.
We'll move on to the Roosters, and then down to the Penny Panthers. So the next 2 weeks are going to be vital games for us, I believe. But probably one of the best times to play Panthers is the Origin.
That's right. They're depleted. That's right. Totally depleted. I like it. But you know what they're like. They always come back to buggers.
It's going to be a long trip home for one of us, whether it's myself or the wife, that's for sure.
Well, hopefully it's the wife, not you.
We're pretty
might
good.
be a draw.
Hey, I'll settle with that.
I'll take that too. Yeah, I'll take that. That's all good. Yeah.
Mate, we appreciate your call all the way from down there at Melbourne and the added support that you give us here at the show. So, mate, we're throwing you in the draw for Caller of the Week to win the tattoo voucher. So that means you have to come up here and get a tattoo.
That wouldn't be a bad thing.
And if you can't get up here, I'll get the tattoo for you.
I might sell it for a couple $100. We'll see.
he'll get a tattoo on him, cut it off, and send it to you.
No, that's good, thanks.
Mate, stay tuned, and we have a couple more callers, and we'll figure out who Caller of the Week is. But you're in the draw, in the running for it, that's for sure.
Oh, good on you. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
No worries, mate. Enjoy the rest of the show, and talk to you again.
Will do. Thanks for that. Have a good evening.
You too, buddy.
Good night,
See you, mate.
Purnell's Awards and Apparel is your one-stop shop for everything you might need for your business or your sporting club. Have a listen to this. There are corporate awards, cups, trophies, display cases, drinkware, giftware, medals, perpetuals, plaques and shields, and even apparel. There's so much there. It's great stuff. It's great quality at a great price. Head down to Purnell's in 2 locations, purnells.com.au or email winner@purnells.com.au.
Time for caller number 3. Who we got?
Yeah, hello, this is Helmut.
G'day, Helmut. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I am okay. I was sitting here in Dusseldorf eating my Kartoffelpuffers, and I was wondering what happened to that great man Klemmer. Good German name, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately he moved on to another team.
West.
West? What kind of Dummkopf let him go?
I'm not going there. I am not going there. One of my
German name, yeah.
Yeah, one of my favourite players. I still support him, even though he's at the Pussycats. But we've got some other new players in. There's one you might like called Gamble.
Gamble.
Yeah, Tyson Gamble.
Not on the roulette wheel.
Good German name.
Oh, I don't know if it's German or what it is, but he's a good player.
Nein, it's not good German name. Klemmer is good, strong German name.
No. What about Vassallo? Is that a good German name?
You know, I've met a few Vassallos in my time, They are not very nice people.
Oh, okay.
They're not nice people, eh?
Do tell.
They're all a little bit inbred or something.
We got a Vassallo, one of our good mates.
Oh, just watch your back around him, hey.
Yeah, Christopher.
Do not bend over in front of him is all I'm saying.
Mate, what's your question for us this week? Was it the Clemmer one or you got something else?
Yeah, it was about the Clemmer. As I said, I was eating my kartoffelpoppers and wondering what happened to Clemmer.
Yeah, he's gone to the Tigers, unfortunately. That's a sore point with me. But
Got a try on Thursday night.
Oh, yeah. How good was it?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
No.
Oh,
we could have.
I was jumping for joy.
Yeah.
And you didn't back him for your bold prediction.
No, I didn't know. But, big fan
Gosling.
of the Clem. I'm still a big... Hey, speaking of Goslings, did you watch the Titans game the other night?
Oh, bits and pieces.
Gosling.
Yeah, Mr. Gosling was on it.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah, he had his shirt on, but yeah, he's still there. But the Gosling is when something certain happens that you get your shirt off and you wave it around on top of your head. That's called a Gosling.
You show your man boobs and your big hairy belly.
You Aussies, very bizarre, yeah?
Is there something like you do that in Dusseldorf? Something similar?
You have some strange customs. No, in Dusseldorf, all we do is we find the weakest person in the village and beat him with reeds.
Beat him with what?
With reeds.
With reed.
We draw them from the river.
Ah.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And we
Mate,
pick on the weakest. That is the German.
What happens after you beat them? Does anyone look after them? Or you just beat them again next week because they're still the weakest?
They beat the Shazakov out of them.
We just get together for Wiener Schnitzel and beer, and then we just worry about that next time.
Schnitzel. Harry Schnitzel.
Yeah.
What is a Harry Schnitzel?
Probably the
Is that
best.
the schnitzel you have at a hurry?
Yeah, it's the best schnitzel you can get in town. Harry Schnitzel at 5 or 6 locations.
Yeah.
Harry, not hurry.
Yeah.
Well, one day when I get there, I will have to try one and see if it's as good as German Schnitzel, yeah?
Harry's Schnitzel is very fine.
I think there's one almost after you. It's not Helmet, but Hellman.
Yeah, the Hellman.
Yeah,
That is,
there's a Hellman.
The crazy lady in Smitter's choice of Schnitzels is the Hellman. Anyway, mate.
Get him to change the name.
Yeah, the Smitter Hellman.
No, make it the Helmut Schnitzel.
Or the Dusseldorf.
How's about the Schlobberdocker Schnitzel?
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, well, you just never know.
How do you spell it?
Mate, we appreciate your call and you're in the draw for a tattoo voucher.
All the way from Dusseldorf?
Oh, yeah, thank you. That's the Germans know a thing or two about tattoos, but again, what's that for our logo?
Yeah, I think so. All right, mate. Thanks for your call and enjoy the rest of the show.
Good enough. Good enough.
When you think of great food at a great price, the best cold beer in town, awesome live music, even a place that you can host your next event, there is only one place you think of, and that is the Gallipoli Club. Get on down to the Gallipoli Club, the Gal, 3 to 5 Beaumont Street, Hamilton, to check out what's going on this week. Enjoy some great food, a cold beer, awesome live entertainment. You can never go wrong at the Gal, thegal.com.au.
All right, guys, it's caller number 4. Who we got?
You guys all right there?
Oh,
yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. How you going?
Yeah, sure. Sure, you sound pretty good. How you going, boys?
Good, Adam, mate. Just having a bit of a laugh in the studio. You know, been a bit of a rough week for a few of us, so it's always good to have a laugh. And mate, it's good to hear your voice too, buddy.
Yeah, just thought I'd check in, see how you guys are getting on. It's been a few weeks since I spoke to you.
Mate, for those of you that aren't aware who Adam is our wizard behind the editing crew. He's the guru to make us look half decent. He does all the all the good effects in that as well. And to Peyton Garcia, who wrote in and asked about, you know how we used to do the Clamour and now we do the Tyson Gamble every time we talk about Tyson. She, yeah, she said that all that kind of stuff is absolutely loves it, loves that, and loves the the serious side, but we bring a little bit of a fun factor to it. So he's your man.
Sometimes things lend themselves a bit of fun, like the Chris behind the camera when you're out the
Sasquatch
out the game that day.
Oh, that is absolutely gold. I mean, some of the little things you do, mate. It actually.
Still an amateur, mate, but I enjoy it. It's good to have something to do, and I enjoy doing that. So you make it easy enough.
Nah, mate, you do well.
You're a legend.
Hopefully soon for all you people out there that we will have Adam in the studio one night. So
that'll be a blast.
Yeah, we look forward to it. That's what we're pushing through to, and what's what. Yeah, I know we all want to do that.
Night time after dark, eh?
Well, we're actually thinking this has been probably 12, 18 months since Brendan was here that we're talking about a Friday Night Live one-off show. So maybe we'll have to go down to Thursday or something, do it from there, Friday Night Live, and or the Gal, and do a Friday Night Live with a bit of shenanigans involved.
And Chris,
that sounds like a plan. But look, the reason I rang, what do you reckon of the team? I suppose you've spoken about the Origin team tonight already, have you? Or?
Oh, a little bit. We're going to get into it in a minute, but let's do it now while we got you on the line, eh?
Yeah.
Have our guest speaker for talking Schmidt.
Yes.
So just remind me to draw the voucher thing. Who's going to win? But mate, we'll go through the teams while we got you on the line there. Do you want to do the Queensland Maroons?
I can do the Queensland Maroons.
Off you go.
Righto, so fullback is Reece Walsh. The wingers are Xavier Coates and Murray Tulungi. The centres are Valentine Home and Homicide Tabuai Fido. The 5'8" is Cam Munster, and I was going to say the hooker, but he might as well be. But number 7 is Daly Cherry Evans. In the forwards, we have Lindsay Collins and Ben Hunt and Tino Farsui Maluali, David Fafita, Jeremiah Nanai and Patrick Carrigan. And on the bench, it's Harry Grant, Tom Flegler, Ruben Cotter and Moeka Fodawaka. And on the inner chat, or the reserves, AJ Brimson and Corey Horsburgh.
Garfield. Good to see you got a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well deserved. Guys, you want to do the Blues one?
Not a chance.
Okay, no worries. So, you want to do the Blues one?
May as well keep going.
Keep going.
So for the Blues, the fullback is Tedesco, and the wingers are Brian Toto and Josh Adokar. In the centres are Latrell Mitchell and Tom Travojevic. The 5'8" is Jerome Lualai, and number 7 is Mitchell Moses. The packing the scrum is Junior Paulo and Payne Haas. The hooker is Damien Cook. And the second row pairing of Tyson Frizzell and Hudson Young, and locking the scrum is Isaiah Yeo. Interchange is Stefano Ukitokamona, Cameron Murray, Liam Martin and Reece Robson. And Stephen Crichton and Keon Kalamatungi are the reserves.
Right, going back to what you said.
Did you say Callum Murray?
Cameron Murray.
Oh, Cameron Murray. I thought you said Callum Murray.
Nah, that's his brother.
Yeah, Callum. Yeah.
Mate, I've got an issue with a couple of things here. Stephen Crichton was probably the Blues' best player, you agree? Or one of?
It's Crichton. He was definitely up there.
So how do you go from being one of the best players on the park that night, plus played a blinder with Penrith team on the weekend, to be pushed back to 18th man, off the bench into the reserves? What do you think of that, Ad?
I'm actually I'm not surprised, but I kind of am that Tedesco's still there. Obviously it pays to be captain. I was actually interested finding out why Gagai hasn't got a jersey.
Yeah, well, that was another one too. When Selwyn Cobbo was named that he wasn't going to play, I thought Gagai would have slid straight in, but obviously not. But
could have put Fido on the wing there if that was the case.
Yeah,
obviously you watched the game last weekend. It was a good game up till 5 minutes when they just went out of steam. They hit the wall.
But
The first half, Gagai was on the angry pills. I thought he was a shoe-in to come back in the team.
you would have thought. Did you happen to see the Panthers and the Roosters?
I caught bits and pieces. They played
Spencer?
Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah, did you see Spencer Lenu?
I did, and I'll tell you why. You know why? Because I do like the league, but I'm an AFL guy, and my team was playing, so I had to watch that instead.
I just don't know how he hasn't got a start in the Origin.
So I did hear about it, and I did see it was quite a hell of a game as far as the push and shove and aggro went, I believe. But I looked at it, so
It was one of the
I'm
better.
starting to wonder about you, though, mate. The way you're going about the Panthers, I'm starting to wonder if your loyalties are split.
Oh, no. I'm Knights. Well, you've only got to, if I take my shirt off, you can tell, my chest is covered in a Knights tattoo. Speaking of tattoos.
You know what? It's okay, you don't need to.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to, don't you worry. It's probably on dinner time, people are watching this. So. But, I watched the Panthers a lot because obviously my dear wife
know.
And, they're my second team if the Knights weren't in the combo. Follow Penrith, but
And respect for them too. They've done so well for so long. So
yeah, I've got other teams too that I've got, well, not favourites, but players I like.
Parramatta.
No, no. Obviously the Tigers. You got Clammer, and then you got Melbourne. I like Big Nelson. And Broncos. I don't mind watching. What's his name? Jordan Ricky. Like, there's players in all teams that I, enjoy. So,
speaking of
South?
When's Pappenhausen coming back?
don't care. Soon, I think. Wasn't it the next couple of weeks?
Yeah.
He was coming back, but, yeah.
Probably
You
more,
reckon
probably more a confidence thing, yeah.
What's that, sorry?
You reckon they've missed him as much as they thought they were going to?
No, well, I think,
Nick Meaney's killing it.
yeah, how do you get rid of Meaney? Like, he's kicking goals. They'll probably push him out to the wing. But, yeah, I wouldn't.
But then you got that bloke that's just made his debut this year, Warbrick, who's having a good run with...
Xavier Coates.
yeah.
So, that's
Speaking of kicking goals, do we address the elephant in the room, or?
Chris? No, he's just left.
Yeah.
And I don't make makes. I'm not in the room, but do we not have a problem with kicking goals?
No.
If we had a certain person that had been able to get them all over the bar on the weekend, it would have been a different scoreline.
Yeah, it was close. See, one hit the post, and yeah. So I'll give him a
You only
leeway.
get 50%.
I'll give him leeway for 1 week anyway.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks though. Just,
Yeah, I know. I'll give him
definitely
1
need a goal kicker.
Mitch Barnett wasn't a bad goal kicker when
I
he
know,
was here.
but we got rid of him. Mate, we appreciate you calling in, champion. It's good to hear from you. But
Yeah, it's good to shoot the guff a bit. It's been a while since I had a chat with you, and I thought I'd just represent the ignorant AFL fans who like a bit of league.
So, how far away is it until the Knights play over there?
It's August, isn't it?
August, yeah. Yep, that is correct.
I think it is, yeah. So I'll grab Jai and we'll see if we can do a bit of street talk or something.
Sounds good. So keep an eye out, all you Knights fans over there, either heading over or staying over there. Keep an eye out for the Sasquatch and the cameras, and jump on
The
board.
two fat blokes with the nighttime shirts on.
Oh, no, I'm not going.
No, I said fat blokes. You, don't worry. You're tiny compared to us.
Oh, no. That's not what she said.
We say we're Perth's heaviest band for a reason, so it's not the music.
Oh, God. All right, Chairman, we might take a short break, and we'll catch you next time. And, yeah, we'll be back shortly after these short messages.
Are you looking for something a little bit different, perhaps? Something a little bit out of the ordinary? Head down to the Liquidators, Raymond Terrace. Liquidators is a discount variety store. They specialise in all sorts of different home decor items, candles, even hardware. There's costumes and wigs for that fancy dress party. There's art, all sorts of things that are a little bit different. Liquidators Raymond Terrace. That's 34 William Street in Raymond Terrace.
All right, guys, welcome back. And some good talking Schmidt this week. So who are we going to give it to?
Daryl,
the taxi driver?
Daryl, the taxi driver.
All right, Daryl, the taxi man from Katoomba, was it?
Katoomba.
You won the... you're in the draw to win the tattoo voucher. So, yeah. Good on you. Some good calls. Yep. Join us in the bar now. We've got the man usually behind the cameras, but he's jumped up on the bar to have a bit of fun with us tonight. So, Shane, welcome. Good. Mate, those you don't know, Shane's usually the guru behind the cameras, so we thought we'd let him out for a bit of fun. So,
free.
Yeah, around the grounds from last week. Yeah.
Here we go. On the first one, the Gold Coast Titans 28, West Tigers 12.
I think up until they lost Appy, I think the Tigers really had a good crack at this, and big claim getting across the try line. I was excited. Shane, how did you see this one, buddy?
It was a pretty good game.
That's it.
Man of many words over there.
When Appy was not there, it's a big difference, isn't it?
Oh, huge difference. Appy's, like we said there before with the Crazy League, I reckon he's probably the best hooker in the game. So, huge hole there. And, the Tigers are on a roll, I thought. We're going to really get him up in there this week and, start pushing for things. But I think with Appy gone, it's going to be hard now. Moving on to the next one.
Yes, I think we all picked the Warriors last week, didn't we?
No, I didn't. I picked Canberra.
That's right. We all picked
I took the Warriors.
Yeah. Canberra 14, Warriors 36.
Sean Johnson back to his best.
Yeah, and Mitch Barnett out of for a week.
Yep.
I think the Raiders are probably the best one to ask Shane in a minute, but I think the Raiders got caught up in the moment, I think, with Jared Croker's round game, and I think that might have thrown him. Shane, being a Canberra fan yourself, how'd you see it, mate?
Yeah, there's nothing the Raiders could have done. The Warriors just didn't let them in. They just defended, and as bleed green as I am, the Warriors really played a good game. I'm still proud of the Raiders. It was an awesome crowd, 27,000 people there.
That's huge.
Mate.
The freezing cold, it's just... I wish I had been down there for Croaks. He really is a club man. And, I've met him quite a few times, and he's always got time for you to stand there and have a chat and sign anything for you.
No, that's...
I'm so glad. I hope he gets a job with the Raiders after he finishes his career. I think he will.
You want more people like that in the game that's got more time for you. But, mate, while we're still on the Raiders, the Viking Club, what's it like being down Canberra involved, in the middle of the Viking Club with pretty electric kind of atmosphere?
Oh, it's totally unbelievable. It's like gives you chills. You just awesome.
You also being a regular to every night's game that you can do as well. Why I ask that? What we need something like that at Newcastle.
Definitely. Like, you get the night when you get that Newcastle chant going, they really need to start digging into that. They don't get it going enough.
I think
and it lifts the crowd. It lifts the guys playing.
Even as they run out.
Oh,
imagine you get
awesome.
you get the 30,000 Nova Castrians that Newcastle as they run out. Like that'd pump them up severe.
Even on the other night at the Broncos, you had the Knights. The Newcastle chant started, and even the commentators like, "Oh, is that a Newcastle chant we're hearing?" Like, it stands out. Going.
Let's try this weekend, though. No, but that's the thing. You can try, but you got to get the rest involved. But especially, I reckon that's where I say where the ground announcers we need. Glenn Hall does it probably the best in the business. You can't take that away from him. But I think we need some halftime sort of common, well, not, you know, people that can get the crowd involved in a lot of things too and build the crowd up. So this is where I think, you know, you get them all involved too, and, you know, get this Newcastle chant going as well, and, you know, really bring it back. Like, MG tells us all the time what it was like. Kurt Mann's told us. Brady. So
the kid, I remember as a kid, like the kick for cash. When you used to throt 3 goals from the two sidelines and the one in front, you know, they were good at half time. That were the
I did the challenge with the had to run up the field.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you don't know about that one?
No.
Oh, there's some footage.
Okay.
Had to eat a sausage roll and a gas, and then scarlet chocolate milk, run a bit further with a wheelbarrow, and then put some boots on that didn't fit, and end up winning a $2,500 washing machine and dryer.
Nice.
And then I did it again there a few months later, and for some reason I had to do all this stuff, and then you had to catch a ball at the end, and there was no balls left, so I'm like, well, where's mine? So I just tried to tackle and I'll vote for it, but yeah, I got a voucher, but I didn't win that one. But bring all that stuff back, or it's fun. So anyway, moving on to the next one, I guess.
Manly, 58. Dolphins, 18.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
I don't think anyone's seen this scoreline coming, that's for sure.
No.
Corey.
Yeah, Manly were just too good, really. 30 odd points before you can even blink.
Yeah, not much you can say that one there, Shane. Yeah.
Yeah, Manly just played with the Dolphins. There was definitely no fins up that night. It was a spectacle, though.
Yeah, and the old...
Manly just schooled them.
Special mention to Ruben Garrick. Now, he got 30 odd points. Now, remember the Knights last year were trying to get him? Now,
I still reckon...
He would have been the answer to your goal-kicking problems.
Well, I was pushing this before we got Lockie Miller. Lockie Miller, awesome player, and I'm glad we got him, but... Like you said, you know, I kept saying before I knew Lockie Miller was even on the radar, I kept saying Ruben Garrick, well, 1 goal kicker and 2, look at his, and people, oh, you don't want him.
Look at him.
Just going to have a success rate, and it's pretty high.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get to that soon. Moving on to the next boring game.
Drag Queen's 36, Bunny's 30. There you go. Get it out of your mouth, mate, guys. I'll just sing it out loud.
You heard it from the man himself. 36 to 30. Georgia Loire over South.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey?
Oh, we had to win, you know, but they almost lost it. Honestly, like I was 5 minutes ago, I'm like, what the, you know. But anyway, they held on. So,
but there's my whole point. No Latrell, no Cody Walker, no South.
No Cam Murray as well there. Jai Arrow was out, so they had a few out.
But,
It's like a deflated bloom.
Yeah.
Anyway, next game was probably one of the, not just saying it because it's ours, but one of the probably games of the round, I believe.
Brisbane 24, Newcastle 20. Unlucky for Newey.
As we touched on before, upwards and upwards for us now. The sky's the limit, so we touched on this one earlier. We'll move on to the next one. This was also probably another one of the game of the rounds, I think. Even though the scoreline blew out, it was still a very exciting game and a spectacle to watch, I believe. Yes?
Roosters 6, Penrith 30.
Honestly, I know we've said it a lot, but just that excitement that last 10 minutes of this game brought you. It was on the edge of your seat stuff, and I don't know one person that didn't say that they enjoyed watching this game. One person that just the whole battle with Spencer and JWH. Like, I hope that JWH gets pushed out of the Roosters now next year, and he goes to another team, because I'm not a Roosters fan, but I'll watch the Roosters when he plays whoever Hargraves goes to, just to see this battle. Like, people said, oh, they'll be friends next year. Did you see the eyes of Spencer? There's no friendship there. You know, and that was a phenomenal game. And, yeah, Penrith obviously still missing the masterclass in Cleary, but still get the job done.
Yeah, I thought Cogger was actually better than there was the week before.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It was... you know, but the arrogance I didn't like with Tedesco and Robinson, they never gave credit to the opposition.
They never do.
No, and they sort of blame their self for the loss. And to me, I don't like that. That's arrogance. Like plain simple, you were beaten by a better team, and they just carved us up. We had nothing. But when you come out and go, oh yeah, we did it ourselves. We didn't do this. We're not doing that. Well, mate, come on. So for me, I still think Penrith and Brisbane are still the front runners of the competition. No Tedesco. A couple of them out this week. I think the Knights can really give them a good push.
Good hurry up.
Any day the Roosters get beat's a good day.
I used to think that about Manly, but now it's just the Roosters.
Yeah, it used to be I support Newcastle on any team that plays Manly, but now it's I support Newcastle on any team that plays the Roosters. The team that it's because of the arrogance of the club. I feel like I don't mean this in disrespect. I suppose I do. I don't know, but it just. The sombrero, or they just, to me, they're getting away with pulling clubs apart, and it's just not on. They're even doing it at the women's now.
They're spending all this money and they're still shit.
Just putting it bluntly there, Shane.
Really think. Tell us what you really think.
But like, the one I do feel sorry for, and I hope someone picks him up, is Connor Watson. Took him there for. Like Robinson, you come to us for this money and it's peanuts, but I'll make you the best utility in the game. Yeah, Connor's injured, but I reckon they'll wipe their hands of him and they'll offload him soon.
Shane Flanagan's coming to St George. It looks like now the Reece looks like they've signed him. Okay, so they might go after him as a player.
Well,
we need some players.
I even said to the crazy lady at the start of the year, I said that I'd like to see Connor at Penrith. I think Connor under Cleary, Ivan, and obviously playing outside Nathan, I reckon he could be
go up a gear.
Yeah, and you have a look at. I think they have a good nursery and a good structure at Penrith. You look at Zach Hoskins, was a good player at Knights, but left, went to Brisbane, was a good player there. Now he's at Penrith, he's a phenomenal player. Yeah. Now at Parramatta, Jermaine Hopgood. Yeah. Absolute gun of a player. Under Cleary. I think Ivan has this way of bringing out Scott Sorensen.
Yeah, definitely.
Was a good player at Cronulla. Went to Penrith, become a gun.
Yeah.
And I mean this in the nicest possible way because I've got a lot of respect for this bloke and he's a great guy. But if the Knights don't hold on to him and re-sign Brodie Jones, I want Bros to go to Penrith. Only because I love him to stay at the Knights, I really do. But if they don't re-sign him or whatever down the track, I think Penrith would make Brodie Jones into that much better of a player too. I just think he's a... when you get a calibre of a player that would fit into a structure somewhere, I think Brodie Jones could be another Hoskins or a Scott Sorensen.
Brings out the best in him.
Yeah. And, I've got a lot of time for Broads and, a good friend of ours. So hopefully the Knights will re-sign him. I'm not sure when he's off contract. Maybe next year, maybe.
That's some homework.
Yeah, but Broads had a few injuries and that, what clubs are like. Hopefully we'll re-sign him. But if not, I'd like to see him go to Penrith. Just for personal reasons, I'd like to see Broads succeed and, I think he could go well though.
Going back to Connor, unfortunately, and pardon the pun, his Achilles heel has just been a lot of injuries in the last few years.
Well, see, there'll be a club that surely could pick him up. You even look at the Tigers.
There's another,
back up for Appy.
Yeah.
To be honest, as a 14, as a utility role, 13, I reckon but for me, I reckon he fit slit. I know Mitch what's his name?
Orbison?
No, Mitch Kenny does a pretty good job, but I just don't think he's that full-on hooker that you need. And they got Sonny Luke, but he's only coming on in dribs and drabs. But I just think Connor would fit in great there. Anyway, moving on. Melbourne, Gaz, taking your job?
think you run this place.
Oh, sorry.
I've only got a couple of jobs and you try and take it off me. Melbourne.
It's an old bloke in a boat.
Wait, we'll get another look at this. It's got to be a misprint. 54, Cronulla 10.
Yeah, no, they were never in the game
No.
from the kickoff. Nico Hines was absolutely
Shocking.
Oh, but yeah, Melbourne just couldn't put a foot wrong.
Well, considering the week before they got towed up, so Bellamy, that's the response Bellamy would have been looking for.
I'll tell you what, it was good to see Josh King score a try.
Yeah.
Kingy.
On the King's birthday.
Yeah, well, speaking of the King's birthday, from there, it was Mark Glanville's birthday on Monday.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
we all wished him.
Yeah. But yeah, Kingy, straight for that hole. Had a fair bit. It was just off halfway, wasn't it?
Oh, no, but about 30 metres, but still, he had a bit of toe on him.
Yeah, it was a bit further than that. Oh, yeah, either way, he had to run a bit and
We'll
got there.
make it
but-
35. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, right. But good to see the hammer. I think that's his second NRL try.
Was that all?
Or something like that? Yeah, he hasn't scored many. I think the first one was back at Newcastle.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, that one.
Still 2 up on Alex Twal, though.
Yeah. Actually, there's some footage of Alex Twal when he played for Parramatta in the reserve grade.
And he was a try-scoring freak.
He was a try-scoring machine.
Was
Gets
he
the
really?
first grade, can't score anything.
I think someone's just going to have to pass the ball to him in the in goals to give him
Well,
a try.
Tyson Frizzell stripped the ball when he was playing against us to score, and he would have scored. And then it's been a few times. It's like people know he's, and they go out to destroy his.
Even Blake Laurie's got 3 tries. He got 2 this year.
And the big Clem got over.
Yeah.
So,
It's all happening.
Gaz.
And they're one of the better ones. The
No, I think we'll just dismiss this one.
No, we won't.
Oh, righto.
Okay. Canterbury 12. The Riverworms 34.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I've seen patches there. I must admit, I'm not a big fan, but I credit where credit's due. The Guff Arena played pretty well.
Yep.
What, did he get 3 tries?
Yeah.
He got 3 the other week as well.
It's not I'm not a fan of him. I just like to stir Gaz up. And
That was a first half hat trick too, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, no, credit's due. If, Travojevic and Mitchell weren't there, maybe there's a chance he could have got a call up. But yeah, playing pretty well.
Didn't miss a beat without Dylan Brown. That Dejan Arce actually played pretty good. I think he was at the Warriors the year before.
Filled in pretty well.
Good depth there.
They say no Brown, no Parramatta. Well, yeah, that's a myth.
Yeah.
No, it's more Moses, no Parramatta.
Myth Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Can I just say something?
No.
Okay.
You had to say.
Yep.
Out of the 8 games,
Yeah.
there was around 422 points scored.
Have you been doing?
That'd
Have
have to be
you
one
been
of
doing your homework or something?
Yeah, when I was sitting over there when you wouldn't talk to me, I added them up.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Plus, there was some massive big score.
Is that what caught your eye, or?
Yeah, that was my part too.
All right, we'll just take another short break and be back shortly.
It seems that everywhere you look these days, you're going to find somebody covered in tattoos. Tattoos are common, not like they used to be. So what do you do if you are wanting some ink that stands out from the rest of the pack? Head on down to Sayers Ink, check out some of their award-winning work. They are a great friend and sponsor of the show. Jump on their website and look at some of the work from John, from Scott, Army, Dean, Jess, Mandy. Their work is stellar, obviously long-lasting, and you'll be happy with the result. Sayers Ink, we can't promise it won't hurt, but we can promise great results. Jump on to sayers-ink.com.au.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And time for this week's games, guys.
Yeah, there's a couple on here with a few buys. First off, we've got the Cowboys and Penrith.
It's going to be closer than a lot of people think, this one, I think, because Parramatta.
You right?
No, I'm not, obviously, for saying that. Penrith have got a few out. With Origin, you got Crichton, you got Cleary injured.
Yeah.
Liam Martin, Zayo, Luai. So what's that? There's 5.
Crichton might be able to make might be able to play. because he's being a replacement player, he might be able to travel up to Townsville?
No, because he's on the 18th. I'd say he's not. He won't be named.
Right, okay.
Be training with them.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought you might be able to go away and
If he's named in it, yeah, but I'd say probably not.
Okay.
But yeah, just in case, say Monday or Sunday or Tuesday, someone falls over and he's got to be right to go. So, North Queensland should have a few out as well.
Holmes, Tulagi, Cotter. I don't know if there's anybody else. Oh, Nanai. So that's
No,
four.
so about four. And they got the $1 Million Man, Tal Malalo, coming back. So, be a good game.
Who do you think?
Oh, I'm going to take the Panthers by. Oh no, I'm not, because Tootle's out, Crichton's out. Oh mate, this is going to be a hard one. Fish, yeah, you got Fish, Moses, Sorrow still around, Dylan Edwards,
Spencer.
I'm
Spencer.
going Penrith.
I'll go Penrith by 8.
I'll go by 4.
I'll go by 10.
Shano.
I'll go Penrith by 2.
Penrith it is. Okay, while we're sticking on Penrith still, this is bugging me. Murray, or who else is
Martin.
Liam Martin? Don't pass their test. Spencer Leno straight in, or do they go with someone like Regan Campbell Gillard?
No, I think he's had his time at Origin, so I think
Gillard. But I'm like the crazy lady. I want him on Penrith side, Parramatta side. It's getting late.
I'd throw Spencer in.
Yeah, throw Spencer in.
let's go young
Spencer
bull.
Tracy.
Get the young bull in there to fire him up.
Oh, honestly, like apparently it was down to one position was down to that missed out. There was 3 in contention that missed out. It was Daniel Saifidi.
Yep, I did hear that.
RCG and Spencer.
Yeah,
big fan of Saifidi's.
3 good players.
But I just think Spencer probably outdone the 3 of them at the moment for Origin at the moment. That's a mongrel game. I mean, Daniel Saifidi would bring mongrel too, but I just want to see Spencer go at it with him.
I would have had Spencer before that, Stefan Ugotuamana.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean? I know he's been on the cusp for a few years, Stefan, but I mean, he's a big guy.
I mean, you have a look at the bench here. You got Liam Martin, Spencer, Reece Robson, and then you put another big bopper on there. Come on. Daniel Saifidi. Regan Campbell Gillard even. Yeah.
Actually, that was a good comeback because that was his first game back from injury, wasn't it? Yeah, so, yeah.
Anyway, moving on, Newcastle versus the...
You doing my job again?
Oh, sorry about that. Moving on to Gary.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Newcastle and the Roosters. Newcastle straight out.
Yeah.
Favourites, $1.58. The bin chickens are going... the Roosters are going out to $2.40. So, Tedesco...
By 7, I reckon.
By 7?
Yeah.
We'll touch this in the team list, but I'm going to say more than that. I'm going to say 13 plus.
I'm going to go 14. And I tell you what, it'll be worth the... I need to talk to Gamble. I want Gamble to get in the into JWH because, God, that'll be good. Anyway,
Shano.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Knights. As I said, I'd love to see the Roosters get beat. And the way the Knights are going at the moment. Back at home.
packed crowd.
3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. So you,
Saturday Arvo game.
yeah.
It's going to be packed at the Dole games. It's going to go off.
That's to go get down there and support the boys, and let's get this Newcastle chant going.
Newcastle.
Remember how they used to have Fat Elvis at basketball with the defense? Maybe we need Fat Smitter with the Newcastle songs.
I thought I saw Elvis in the building tonight.
Oh, it's when you get Elvis off Wish. Anyway, moving on to...
Yeah, Chris is still around, actually, the bloke that did Fat Elvis.
Oh, yeah?
He was there the other week, Shipper Fiddles. I used to see when I was a kid, he used to come to our school.
He was pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was awesome at the Falcons game.
Yeah, yeah.
The Jester.
Oh, right, how was that him?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Same character. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he was always good at the Falcons game. Yeah, he used to get the crowd involved, and There you go. This is my whole point. You know, you get someone like that walking around, getting involved, and
bring
Gary.
back Rocky.
Getting the atmosphere going. Para and Manly.
Boring.
Arch rivals. Para.
Para.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, Manly's got a few out, haven't they?
Yeah.
Parramatta's only got Mitchell Moses.
Only.
And Paulo.
Oh, yeah.
Correction.
Yeah,
Polo.
Oh, Paulo.
Marco.
Polo. Yeah.
Has he got a son called Marco?
No.
Fish out of water.
Yeah, but you know what gets me? All these players' names have all of a sudden been changed to pronunciation.
Yeah. Just all in
All of a
a couple
sudden.
of weeks.
And like Marty Tapau.
Yeah.
Tupple.
Supple or Sawali is now Swahili.
Like, who decides it? Have these people themselves come out and say this is how you pronounce it? Or is it
Possibly.
the commentators?
Yeah.
Because it bugs me. Anyway, Parramatta for mine. Manly were good, but they got a few out with Origin, so I think that might affect them. And Parramatta only had the 2. Yeah.
I got them by 10. Dano?
I did hear Jermaine Hopgood is on the verge of a Maroons jersey.
Yes.
Mm.
There's a bit of talk about that.
Would you give him a go if they win? If
100%.
if they lead the series 2-0 and just for a bit of
Throw him in there.
Yeah.
Because, like, what? It's another one for Rookie of the Year. I think he only played a couple of first-grade games last year, so he's probably eligible. So there's 4. Yeah, God, there's a good Rookie of the Year.
Taruva. And that Bulla, I think Bulla from Tigers, he might go close to.
And
He's
then-
my favourite at the moment.
And then, like I said, Hopgood.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
He's playing well.
yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, so Parramatta for me, Shane.
Yeah, I'll go Para. I think Para by 2.
Yeah,
Parramatta too. You
yeah.
take it, won't you?
By 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Para.
All right, Gary.
West Tigers against Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Tigers, but I can't
Yeah.
tip him. Not without Appy gone now, so it's
And
Melbourne
Luke
for
Brooks.
And not
Yeah.
the way they played Melbourne played last time.
me. But look at a big game from Clemmer up against Nelson Solomona.
That'd be a good clash.
2 of your favourites that I like to watch.
I'm going to go 12 plus.
Yeah, I reckon Melbourne.
Is that like
will
that?
They'll probably run over them, but
Melbourne will blow him out of the paddock. Shane.
bounce of the ball.
Yeah, I'll go Storm 34, Tigers 6.
Yeah, I
You
reckon
heard it here.
Yeah, he's on the ball. Gary.
Cronulla and the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Cronulla can't play as bad as they did last week.
No.
Nico Hines bounced back.
That's what I was just about to think.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'll be
Cronulla.
grubby these drops.
It's at Shark Park too, so Cronulla for me.
Cronulla by 6.
No, probably by 30. I
Yeah.
reckon.
I reckon it'll be 18 for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the big one on. Oh, sorry, Shane.
Shano.
Yeah, I'll go Sharks. Sharks by 4.
Sharks by Hill. And the big one on Wednesday night, New South
Can't wait.
Wales Blues versus the Maroons. I can't see the Blues winning this, to be honest. Up there at Suncorp, it's going to be hard to win. I mean this with all due respect. Mitchell Moses is a great halfback. I just think up at Scuncorp, they've took the wrong. With it on the line, they need to have picked Reynolds. Yeah, I just think if it was game 3 and it was down here, Mitchell Moses 100%. But there's just the factor that it's up at Suncorp. He plays there every week. He knows it like the back of his hand. He knows how to do it in that crowd. I think it's probably a big ask throwing Mitchell Moses in too.
Footy's a funny game, though. You just never know.
Oh, yeah, I think Moses will handle it well. I just think Reynolds just had that a little extra on his back. But if Mitchell Moses plays like he played the other day, by all means, he could surprise us. Yeah, I don't wish injury on anyone, ever do, but I hope those ones under an injury cloud, some of those forwards may not make it and Spencer gets a call up.
Yeah, still going back to that page.
He loves Spencer. They interviewed Moses on Monday, and Fox did, and he just looks so calm. You know what I mean? So I wonder if he hopefully takes that, like the maturity.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't want him to be thrown in the deep end. And, you know,
Yeah.
I was listening to Gordon Tallis on the wireless, and he said he went for Moses. He said it was a very fine line for the reasons that you were saying a minute ago, but he said he's calm. He's a different bloke now than what he used to be.
That's right.
And I suppose he was there, last year? He got a call up?
All he needs to win an Origin series or even win a comp for Parramatta, and, you know, that's everything done.
Yes, yeah.
Well, you might
win a
have-
comp for Parramatta?
That's all he needs to do. But
What is wrong with you?
I'm not saying it will happen. I don't want it to happen, but...
You don't want it to happen?
No.
Well, you've got no chance of the Red V winning, so you might as well jump on my board.
I do like blue and gold, but not because of those reasons.
I don't want to know.
No.
Lakes United.
Toga or
I'm a
something.
Lakes boy.
I was thinking something of Oxford Street, but anyway. Shane, Wednesday night?
Yeah, I'll go I think Queensland will win it, but you never know. Miracles could happen. It's state of origin. Who knows?
Yep.
Corey.
Look, I'd love to say New South Wales. I think Queensland with my head. So
Yes.
I'm going to go New South Wales. Just to be different.
bet. What about a bet
Want to bet with Corey?
that you have to wear a sausage on your head this time?
You want to put
From our famous people at Steak and Chops.
Yeah, big shout out to Terrence here. He contacted
Terrence?
us the other day.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff in the pipeline for us.
Yeah, nice.
Absolute legend of a
Yeah.
bloke. So if you're after some any kind of meat for your barbecue or whatever, he delivers to it, and it's best in the business. Totally recommend him. All right, so the bet. What's the bet? You taking New South Wales?
New South Wales?
You're taking Queensland?
I'll take Queensland.
And it can be whatever me and Shane come up with. The loser has to do.
I'll wear a crown of Frankfurts for next show.
No. Me and Shane have got to put our heads together and come up with
I reckon
something.
they should eat one of those bloody pickle things.
No.
Not blindfolded.
chance.
At least I know it's...
I had a bite of one in there, bloody wafer.
I'm sure you have.
We saw that many of them at the survey, mate. It's not fun.
No, hang on. Don't you have to do a thing already?
Yeah, we've already...
But the thing is,
Well, you have to wear a dress too. There you go. You have
thing
to
is
wear
I
the
can't
same...
get out because I'm working all weekends.
Oh, what an excuse.
No, it's called
Are you off on a
survival.
Monday?
Working.
Oh, there you go.
Bloody hell.
It's all right. We'll leave it to me and Shane. Me and Shane are
Maybe, because I have to wear a dress, maybe he has to wear a dress as well, coming out of the same thing.
on the show. Why not? Next week, the loser has to wear a dress.
Oh, yeah.
Done.
I'll wear a dress and a crown of Frankfurts if I lose.
Oh, not next week. It'll be the week after.
Yeah.
Because we'll be on before the game.
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
All right, it's 2 weeks' time. The loser has to wear a dress of that we pick.
You just pick the dress. I was going to get one of my wife's.
I don't know if I can fit into my wife's one.
I'd like to say it'll be very loose on me, but you'll kill me. Love you, darling.
Yeah, we'll find one.
That's
and
an
you
old
got to
bloke
wear
in the
it.
bar.
And the whole
Not
show.
a see-through one.
No, God, no.
No, this is not
Show your
spandex, mate.
G-string up.
Anyway, the Knights team.
Yes. Would you like to do the Knights team?
Oh, no, I'll do the call. Number 1, Kalen Ponga. 2, on the wing, we've got Dominic Young and Anali Tawala coming in for Greg Marju. I think Anali will do a good job. Dane Gagai and Bradman Best in the centres. Tyson Gamble. It's Gamble time in 5'8" with Jackson Hastings at halfback. Forwards consist of Daniel Saifidi and the beast himself, Leo Thompson, in the front row. Phoenix Crosland at hooker. Dylan Lucas, glad he's retained his spot, played really well last week. Lockie Fitz and Adam Elliott at lock. Kurt Mann at 14. Jacob Saifidi and Jack Heverington and Matt Crocker. Also, then we have reserve Jack Johns, Simi Sasagi, Brody Jones, Lockie Miller, and Adam Clune. Broads is just itching there to get back on. So,
Very settled side the Knights have got, though. I mean, obviously, because there hasn't been too many long-term injuries except for Brayley this year. So, everyone's keeping their spot and doing very well. So, it's a very, very, very well-balanced team again.
do you want to do
The
Cox.
Yeah, the Chookies. Number 1 is Joseph Manu. The wingers are Daniel Tupu and Junior Paga. Centre pairing of Corey Allen and returning from the 1970s, Billy Smith. I'll just throw that one in. Anyway, Luke Keary's the half 5'8", and Sandon Smith is the number 7.
It's a Smithathon.
Smithathon, yeah. And then 13 is Nafanu White, 12 is Satili Tupanua, and 11 is Egan Butcher. Front row is Nat Butcher, JWH and Jake Turpin, and on the interchanges Drew Hutchinson, Nathan Brown, Terrell May, and Angus Crichton. Which I would have thought Angus Crichton probably would have thought about in the starting lineup there, but anyway.
A bit of a mushroom on that one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game.
We can take them. On paper, we're probably looking the better. More experience. And I think we just really have to do 2 things. Pressure on Luke Keary.
Yep. I don't know much about this Sandon Smith.
No, and contain Jared Hargrave, and we'll go a long way to winning it. So I reckon Leo can do a job on Hargraves. I'm confident in him. It's a good challenge for him.
Yep.
But I also think the key to us also is the mind game.
Yeah.
And that's where a big thing falls on Gamble. Gamble is the master at it. Get in the head of Hargraves. Hargraves will mouth off. Hargraves will lose his cool. The discipline will work in our favour. And not to mention, God, it'll be a good spectacle. I reckon I should get a sign for the crazy lady. JWH. Spencer says hi.
Yep.
Done. Let's do it. Keep an eye out for that, eh?
It'll be good viewing.
It will be. Oh, another one I was going to get some Spencer faces cut out. Everyone line up the tunnel. Spencer. Anyway, yeah. It's going to be a good game. If you can't get to the game, obviously, Triple M. Listen to MG and the core team. But before the game...
Get out to Thirsty.
Have a few beers and something to eat beforehand, or
$3 schooners at the Gal.
Yeah, at the Gal for
All the games on.
nighttime happy hour.
You cannot go past the $3 schooner.
Nah, and I'll tell you what, keep an eye out because there's a couple of signed Anzac jerseys from this year to be given away. 1 at the Gal and 2 will be at Thirsty. There's another one. So you get into these places. Details will be on next week's show of how you can win one. So simple as it might be something as simple as going and having a beer at
the Gal,
the Thirsty, and you'll go on the draw. The Gal might be a meal. So stay tuned. It's not going to be hard and it's not going to cost you much, but it'll you'll get rewards out of both. So you might go for an awesome meal and you go into the draw. So. Stay tuned for next week for that. But bold predictions. Guys.
New South Wales to win.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch Moses is going to score.
That is bold.
And there's no bets going with that one either.
No, you already got one. Shane, your bold prediction for this week, bro?
I'd like to see my old mate Adam Elliott from the Raiders up here at the Knights. He's going to get 2 tries this week.
Ooh, yeah. I've seen a bit of aggression coming out of him of late too. I like it. Starting to, yeah. My bold prediction is Tyson Gamble is going to hit a field goal. Second half, it's going to be about pretty close to a similar position to the one he did for Penrith, against Penrith.
So that means they're going to be a tight game then?
No, it may not be. It may just be...
Just for...
Shits and gigs.
Shits and gigs,
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. My crystal ball's not that good, but I can see him hitting a field goal.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go Nico to return to form and get a double and score 5. We'll kick 5 goals in a...
Oh, he's going to say score 5 tries.
No. Score 2 tries, kick 5 goals, and in a Cronulla big win.
All right, fair enough. All right, guys, we'll take our last break for the night and come back and wrap it all up. All right, guys, and welcome back. Just to wrap it up, and the game of the week, Shane.
So this week we're going Parramatta versus Manly.
And game of the week, you can win your way onto the chocolate world to win this, guys.
Yep. The fridge here.
This beautiful looking fridge.
Well, not that one, but one the same.
I like it. You can have your own team, which would be the Knights anyway. But Chano, just have a feel of that. Hey? No, you're not
Icy
keeping
cold.
it. She's icy cold.
Icy cold.
Get on the chocolate wheel. Get the entries in.
And look
Enjoy it.
great in your man cave, wouldn't it?
Oh, hell yeah.
So, yeah, thanks.
Get on the page and you'll find our thread on there. You can pick the score, and if you get it, and we're also doing Blues versus Queensland. So every game is a game thread. If you get on there, pick the score.
And it must.
You have to pick it before the game kicks off, not during the game.
And you cannot edit your scores during the game. We had a few people write in and complain about, but we settled it and said there was just a misunderstanding. So no harm done. But
setting the real straight.
Yeah. This person was only new and they didn't understand. So no harm done. But yeah, you have to have it in before kickoff. As soon as that whistle blows, that's it. You can't edit your scores, and we're just trying to make it fair for everyone to have a go.
Hey, guys, while you're over near that fridge, was there a drink of the week?
There was, and it's called Grand Matriarch.
Grand Matriarch vodka.
Get some.
Absolutely beautiful.
Good gear.
Also, next week's games, we'll be giving away some more with the fridge. But if you're going down on the bus on our bus trip, nighttime tours, some lucky person on that bus will be walking away with their name on the board to win the fridge too. So someone on the bus is going to win their chance. So just added little bonuses about jumping on the nighttime tours, and we've always got a heap of giveaways on there as well. So shout out to Port Stephens coaches. Absolutely amazing.
Great trip last time. We were down to Parramatta with the facilities we had there, so don't expect nothing different.
Oh, Penrith's a great trip. The food's phenomenal. We're going to be doing a little lunch with the crazy lady for her belated birthday. So come up and come and join us. And still trying to get hold of MG.
Hard man to get that, man.
But he wants to have a drink, and hopefully we'll meet up with him too. But
we got the other MG anyway.
Oh, we've got the only MG.
Yeah.
But so we'll be giving away something like that as well. But next week's show should be a cracker as well,
I reckon.
If you're able to talk a bit more Origin and everything else.
A bit more Origin and lead up to the trip. Pretty excited about the trip, eh? It'll be good. But that's us this week.
That's
big shout out to the crazy lady. Thanks for everything you do. Adam over there in WA. Shane, thanks for coming on tonight. Mr. Vaseline for all of his help.
The fill-in man.
Yeah, and Gaz.
Not a problem, mate.
Corey.
Yep.
I don't think I've forgotten anyone.
No.
A big shout out to all of our sponsors.
Yes.
Yeah, can't do it without. And there's a few little things in the make to give away as well. So stay tuned. Obviously, you got the jerseys, and there's some stuff coming from Steak and Chops, and you got the tattoo vouchers. So yeah, awesome stuff.
Would you believe we're halfway through the season? Honestly, it's just gone so quick, hasn't it? Yeah.
What? There's 16 weeks to go. Is that
Something like that. Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Till grand final.
Grand final, yeah.
So the grand final show used to be going solo. Used to be doing the show without the Smith influence.
We all get the hot seat, Gaz.
I might have to read out little Johnny jokes.
Yeah, I'd say so. But
We might have I reckon Crazy Lady might be able to bring down those jokes for us.
yeah, we might be able to cross live to us up there on a family getaway. But over the new year, I reckon we might throw in Schmidt and Crazy Lady Adventures in the off season. We might do a bit of filming up there and do a bit of funny stuff.
I hope it's like for the kids channel, so to speak. Hope it's not other stuff.
What? Hoping it wasn't, or hoping it was?
No, hoping it's G-rated. You said your adventures, so
yeah, you know.
Gee, for God.
You know, up there at sunny Queensland, all the theme parks and stuff, we might do a little bit of a...
Who's going? You? Crazy Lady?
And it was all supposed to be the whole family, like all of our kids and that, but one's decided to get married and the other one decided to have a baby. So it's just me, Junior Smitter and Junior Crazy Lady and Senior Crazy Lady.
You going to do a chopper ride while you're up there at the coast?
Not a chance.
Not
Not a chance.
Yeah,
Nope.
I did it once going over the Great Barrier Reef. It was fantastic, but yeah, I don't think I'd...
Nah, not my thing. Cup of tea, but yeah, looking forward to taking my lovely wife away and the juniors. But yeah, unfortunately, through the circumstances, the son and his lovely partner and the daughter and her family won't be able to make it, but it might be next year. We might be able to go on a cruise. Love to go on a cruise, but anyway, that's us all this week.
You can take cruise on a cruise.
Yeah, well, true. Anyway, till next week.
Every time.
Is night time.
Good night.
Go the Knights.
Yeah.
Shut up!
Hey, did
Happy wife, happy life.
hey, did you shave the Italian emu yet, or?
Yeah, good. How is you?
Good, thank you.
You just dropped out.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
You can't say that. All right, guys, it's calling them.
If you forgot to say take 3, it's take 4 now.